Yo, what's going on? What's happening? What's crack-a-lacking? Welcome back to the Agostinho Zinga Show with your host, Agostinho Zinga, and this is episode number 857. 857 Tesla Boom Part 3. Tesla Boom Part 3. Yes, here we go. Today I plan to get through all the tabs, so I won't have to do no more parts because it's annoying me anyway, because you know I like to name my shows based on what I'm talking about and the kind of theme and try to be a little funny and all that malarkey. Sorry for banging the table there. But yeah, it's the last time, hopefully. I'm going to get through all the tabs today. I don't care. Before I get to the gym, I'm going to get through all the freaking tabs. So big up everybody locking in. Big up everybody listening to this after the fact. Strap yourself in because this is going to be a long one. This is going to be a long one. You know how I love yapping? Well, today, it's going to be Yap Fest. It's going to be a blood clot Yap Fest. Anyway, how you guys been? Huh? How you guys been? Good? How have I been? Okay. Been better, but okay. But we get there. You get it? We're getting there. In Jesus' name, we shall get there. In Jesus' name, we shall get there. Those who know. Those who don't, yeah, you know, you'll figure it out. Anyway, let's crack on in. So, first thing that I was thinking about today, I was thinking about Lil Baby. I was thinking a lot about Lil Baby today because I was listening to the album, right? I listened to WHAM. I've been banging that in the gym a couple of times. It's only like 40 minutes long. And I was thinking to myself, you know what? I think Lil Baby's getting unfairly treated. Because I understand a lot of us, when we first got introduced to Lil Baby, we thought he was going to be a generational talent, right? We thought he was going to be one of them ones, right? But maybe Lil Baby ran into some career luck in that he gave us some of his best slaps when he first got into the game, which makes sense, innit? Because even though people say about Lil Baby that back in the day he was on the roads and shit, he was doing a bunch of dirt, allegedly making his money, you know, maybe not the most legal way, allegedly, so he's always been good. I still think that music money, when it was first coming in, the amount of shows he was doing, because you can imagine, just like in America, down south, he must have been doing so many shows back then when he was first bubbling up. I think actually there's actually a clip of it in that documentary he put together. It's really good. I think this documentary is really good, where some guy goes up to him and tries to put some money in his pocket or something, right? And obviously he kind of goes mad on him. So I think Lil Baby got to the money quick, got to the bags quick, found success extremely early. But unfortunately for him, in terms of creatively or artistically, he gave us all of his bangers early on. Because that's when he's hungry. That's when he's coming into the game with a lot of things to say, with a lot to get off his chest, without the fear of Ricos and arrest and all this malarkey, and friends dying, blah, 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 and maybe hits on his head. He's a lot more in it, right? Then obviously, as time goes by, we start to notice that he doesn't really have much to his arsenal. He doesn't really have a lot of strings to his bow, which isn't his fault. Because I think in rap especially, I don't know why it is in rap. I feel like in rap especially, people like unfairly, I guess maybe because of the likes of Kanye West and stuff, I don't know what it is, but I feel like if you're a boom bap artist, right, and you make really good boom bap, rapidy rap music, you shouldn't be expected to have an experimental album on your 7th album, because what you do is boom bap. If you do more, trap R&B style of hip hop, then I don't think it's fair for fans to expect you to suddenly go EDM, or to go alternative, or to go indie. Why? If that's what you do. But for some reason in rap, people expect artists to kind of have another level, another gear, when sometimes the gear that they have is all they have, but they're very good in that gear. Why don't you just let them do that thing? And I'm wondering if this is a consequence of like Kanye or something. Because there's artists like Kanye who exist, who are able to reinvent themselves with every single album, from the themes to how he dresses, to the sounds, to the producers, to the visuals. He's able to give you a new version of himself every single album, with maybe the exception of Donda. But I think even Donda, stylistically, they're kind of different, right? But I don't think it's fair to expect that from everybody. Because in Lil Baby's case, right, for all the slander Lil Baby's been getting online, for all the criticism he's been getting online, look at this. Now, I know this is a bit skewed because he released the album at the top of the year. I'm sure it's strategic. But look at this. Lil Baby's WHAM is projected to sell 130K first week and debut at #1. Now, personally, I'm sure some of you know who watch my shows, who listen to my podcast. I don't really talk about numbers. I'm not a numbers guy. I don't give a fuck. I'm all about the music, all about the creativity, all about the art itself. But if we use numbers as a way to maybe back up our argument or to disprove our argument, it could be said that all of the negativity, all of the doubters, everyone saying Lil Baby's washed from this malarkey was kind of air, because the fans who love Lil Baby are clearly still buying him, because in this era of streaming, 130k first week is really fucking good. Whether or not he dropped it the first week of January or not, because, you know, the first week of January drop, not a lot of people are dropping that date, so I'm assuming they dropped it at that date in order to increase his likelihood of getting number one. But he still did it. The fact that he did it, for me, is an example that maybe his fans don't mind that he sounds the same on every beat. Maybe his fans don't give a fuck. His fans just want more of him. And allegedly, I think there's a new album coming out. I think there's a Ducks already out. I think there's meant to be another album coming out at the end of the month or something like that. But I think this is a really good indication that maybe the problem isn't him not being able to evolve. Maybe the problem is he's not able to speak to his audience. Maybe he was trying to look for something. Now, if you take what he said on the flipping Lil Yachty interview, what struck me there was that he clearly already suffers from anxiety anyway. I think so, probably. Again, I'm not trying to, you know, psychoanalyze the guy, but he clearly suffers from some form of anxiety. Then what happened to Young Thug happened with the Rico and shit. And if we saw it all, we saw it all on social media. We saw all the drill artists, we saw people like Lil Durk and a few other people all turn good and start doing charity runs. The whole Atlanta was shook. So for sure, when Young Thug went down temporarily, it really did put the fear of God in all rappers from that part of the world, or from that part of the country. So it's no surprise that Lil Baby, being a close friend of Young Thug's, and if you listen to him or if you believe what he said in the Lil Yachty interview, allegedly he was there that morning that Young Thug got arrested, and the Rico, you know, they all came with SWAT and shit. He just left a couple of hours before. Just a coincidence. He was there that morning, left, and then the feds came in and arrested him, and arrested all of Young Thug's crew and shit. So he saw his life flash before his eyes, and he's probably done enough dirt to know that most likely this dirt that he's done could come back and bite him in the ass. So it's no surprise that his music also suffered. We didn't get good stuff from him. I'm not surprised. But I think this first week sales, what we're seeing here on the screen, is an indication that his fans don't really listen to all the noise on social media. And if anything, the noise on social media was from people who aren't really his fans, unfortunately. Because I feel like sometimes the fan interaction or the fan feedback that you get is really important, especially for an artist, to understand what they're doing. But I think when it comes to music, you're probably better off just being tunnel vision about it. I think other bits of content, you should probably listen to your fans. Probably. You should take some heed to what they say. But I think when it comes to music, you should really trust your gut and just be tunnel vision with what you want to do. It should have nothing to do with what your fans want from you. Because most likely, the people that you're going to listen to on this online, because I'd imagine if I'm a Lil Baby fan, I'm not going to be online like saying anything. I'm just going to be listening to the music. I'll be going back, listening to freestyle, listening to previous albums, features, going on videos, checking them out on social media. I'm not really going to be engaging with the discourse online. The discourse online is coming from people who I guess want to be fans of him. I guess they're people who are undecided. They're maybe on the fence, and they're like, hey, Lil Baby, give me more, give me more, give me more. But he can't give you more. He's shown you he can't. He's shown you what his level is. He's shown you what his repertoire is, what his range of skill is. Is that such a bad thing? I know it's not the greatest. I know we thought he would be one of them ones, but he's not one of them ones. He's a decent enough rapper who makes the type of music that he makes. If you're into that, you're into it. Because I listened to I forgot who the Hello Yassine actually early on today video, which inspired this little segment, and he mentioned something about, like, I was like, oh wow, the song that I like the most, which again it just shows the how music can be so subjective. The song on the album that I like the most, which is Say Twin, Lil Academics and Hello Yassine both think it's horrible. They both think it's totally shit. But when I heard that in the gym when I was, you know, lifting and shit, that was the song that I replayed 3 or 4 times when I listened to it. Say Twin, track number 11 on the album. So it goes to show that, you know, music is very subjective. What I think is amazing, another person think is terrible. And clearly, in this case, with Lil Baby selling 130k first week, despite all the naysaying, despite all the negativity online, is proof at least that the fans still fuck with him heavy. So congrats to Lil Baby, #1 album, 130k first week. Hopefully going forward, because I feel like with this album anyway, to give him a little bit of to end this segment, I feel like at least with this album, it sounds like he took his time with it. Even if you don't like it, it sounds like everything on the album is intentional. From the choruses, to the words he uses, to how he comes in. Like, it sounds like he tried. I feel like a lot of these rappers were getting away with murder. When rap was like the #1 genre, I think they're all phoning it in. They were phoning in their performances. They were phoning in their albums because it was like they were printing money. Every album they dropped was more money because every album you drop is opportunity for you to do more shows, more gigs, more live performances, more this, more that, more whatever. So, or features even. But I feel like now they're starting to realize because rap isn't number one anymore, and the fans are now demanding way more from you because, you know, everyone's kind of short for cash and shit. So if they want to spend their money, you got to give them something. I feel like these artists are now putting a lot more into what they do. So it's no surprise that WHAM, although it's short, although maybe isn't his greatest work, I feel like it sounds like he put a lot more time in it. It sounds like this didn't, you know, he's not out here bragging, oh, I did this in one day. You know, this sounds like something that was, you know, considered, even from the album cover, everything about it sounds like he took a lot of time with it, and I really did appreciate it. And me, like I said, I just, you know, I judge my artists based on who they are and what they give me. I don't try to imagine something that they can't do. And I also don't think it's bad to be a mediocre rapper that makes good music. That might be what he is. He might be a mediocre rapper that makes good music. Unfortunately, he gave us all these hits at the start of his career. And now we're having to just, you know, scrap with what we have. But it's okay. It's no problem. It's no problem. I don't mind it. I don't mind it. So congrats to Little Baba. Moving on. I really wanted to talk about this because this is a really wild topic and interesting story to cover. Because in my opinion, this is kind of represents maybe where we're at in terms of culture and the kind of friction and the conflict and the unease at which people are evolving to change, which is happening right in front of us. So the caption here, this is courtesy of Fearbuck on Twitter. Big up Fearbuck. Follow him for all the, or follow them, I don't know if it's a boy or a girl, for all your flipping, you know, streaming news, whatever. The caption says, PlaqueboyMax repeatedly told Lil Tjay and Fabio Foreign to stop smoking in his Airbnb. So they just ended up leaving. So in this particular clip, PlaqueboyMax, if you don't know, is a streamer down here. This dude right here, that's eating. And Fabio Foreign and Lil Tjay are these two guys here, right? You know, well-known rappers and shit. Well, Fabio Foreign, I guess, is maybe well-known. Well, maybe more well-known than Lil Tjay, but you should still be familiar with both of those guys. So as the caption says, PlaqueboyMax is now coming into, like, you know, he's developing his artistry. He's a rapper and producer. He's got a song out with DDG that I really like, actually. I think it's called Pink Dreads. I think that might be my song of the day today. So he's, you know, he's trying to use the streaming thing to kind of like use as a launching pad to do his music, which I think is a good idea because I'm trying to do the same sort of thing with my DJing. Use this flipping stream to kind of use it as a launch pad for my DJing, but then also not do the DJing like a full-time person and be doing like 2,000 gigs per day or per fucking year. Mostly just to make it like a, you know, for lack of a better term, a fun hobby to have that you do professionally on the side, you know? And you can pick and choose what clubs you play at or whatever it may be, or maybe they can pick and choose you. Regardless, just using one bit of fame to kind of help with the other thing that you actually want to do. So he does these live streams where he produces music and shit live on stream, has people come in. I think the recent one was with Cash Cobain and a few of his guys and stuff. So it's usually fun to watch, fun to check out, seeing them kind of fuck around with Pro Tools or Fruity Loops live on stream. It's always pretty sick. Now in this scenario, they rented out an Airbnb to do his live stream at, so they can host loads of people at. Cool, no problem. And then I guess when they got there, Fabio Foreign and Lil Tjay just weren't listening to the instructions that PlaqueboyMax was saying, like, hey, this is an Airbnb. Please don't smoke in here. They kept smoking until they both decided to leave because they weren't comfortable being there without smoking. So if I can't smoke, I'm not staying here. So they just both fucked off. So let's play the clip, and I'm going to give you my impression on the other side.
Oh, it should be in a bag. I want to smoke.
What's that? Is this right? Yeah.
Oh.
What happened? Stop playing the song? Stop playing the song?
What'd you say?
Stop playing the song?
Who's smoking? Who's smoking? Yo, TJ.
What's up? Who the
Yo, this a B&B. You can't smoke in here. This shit gonna go off.
Oh, this shit.
Yeah. I appreciate you though. But yeah.
Yo, tell say play the song we just made.
They're still in the back smoking, by the way. They're still in the back smoking.
Yo, bro.
I think the chat's telling him too. I think the chat's telling him.
Like, please.
I think the chat's telling him too.
I appreciate you.
Trying to be nice about it, but it's still smoking. And by the way, the guy next to him, right? There's a guy sitting there next to him on to his left who's also rolling up, but clearly he's going to roll up. He's probably going to go out to the balcony. So it's not as if no one in there is rolling up and taking their joints and going outside. They are, but those two rappers, they just think they're entitled to just smoke in there because they're rappers and shit. It's like, bro, just respect the rules. Just don't smoke in here while we're doing this stream. Is it okay? It continues.
Put them word like in the back, niggas cannot smoke them. I'ma download it. Yo, I'm gonna keep it a buck, bro. If niggas smoking here, I'm gonna have to shut this bitch down. Like, the stream done.
Y'all to the back. Backyard.
Like there's a backyard.
Oh, Bobby. Where you going?
No, I'm gonna go through the pool.
Alright, where Uncle?
It's in the back.
He
Can you show them?
No.
Oh, they different?
Alright.
All right, brother.
What absolute cunts, isn't it? He tells him one final time. He gets up and says, "Hey, there's a place you can smoke at the back there outside," and then he just blows the smoke again inside the house, and then just says, "Fuck it, I'm leaving." Now, the reason why I think this is interesting because I feel like this again, not to we have to give. Sometimes you have to give people, even though you don't like, a bit of credit. So big up Academics. Let's give Academics some credit. Academics was onto this quite early. And even though I don't like his beef with Lil Baby, I don't like how he was it felt like he was kind of bullying him and being a little bit too aggressive in terms of how he was criticizing him online. And if anything, he probably contributed to the whole Lil Baby hate train, I think, Academics. Which, you can still blame Lil Baby because he's the one that's producing the shit music at the time. But I felt like Academics was being a little bit too, too much on him. The scissor stuff I don't like either. But to give the guy some credit, he was early in saying that these rappers don't treat you like men. Like comparing to himself, right? So he's saying like how Academics being who he is, yeah, I guess he's a bit corny and shit. And maybe easy to sort of bully. But he was like, why don't these guys treat me like a man? Like, why aren't they respecting me? Why are they trying to sun me? Why are they trying to say all this sort of stuff? And I guess in his position, because he's a really big YouTube, because he's got a massive hip hop platform, he's like, you know what? I can actually fuck up your career way more than you think you can fuck me up. You might be able to get a licking on me, you might be able to hit me, whatever, but I can permanently damage your perception online and thus damage your pockets. So why are you playing with me? And just respect me from the moment one. And I think you're seeing this now. You're seeing these rappers who probably don't have the best... No, you're seeing these rappers and notice that these live streamers are a great platform, great vehicles to promote yourself at, right? These platforms, these live streamers, they're amazing. So it's a great place to go promote yourself at, great place to go debut some music, to show off your personality, hang out with a different type of clientele, and maybe even just attract some new fans. But they also, I think, fundamentally, don't really respect streamers. They don't really respect people online and shit. They think they're all dorks. They think they're losers and shit. So, or maybe deep down, there's an element of them that's not really happy that they have to do this, right? Maybe that's what's going on. Maybe there's an element of them deep down that are not happy that they have to go to a streamer's house and play nice in order to get some marketing and advertising on what they're doing. But in this particular situation, it really isn't that complex. Even if this is not an Airbnb, the fact that this is my space, it doesn't matter what it is. This is my space. I'm telling you, don't smoke around me. I think I saw the same thing with DJ AG. DJ AG, big up him. He plays outside. He does he plays on the streets. Sometimes I think in that King's Cross area. And people come in and do rapping and shit, or they sing or whatnot. And I think I remember seeing one clip of DJ AG shouting at somebody because they were blowing smoke in his direction. Now he's outside. He has no jurisdiction or right to tell people where to smoke. But he's like, look, just respect my space. I'm playing here. Do you mind just not smoking in my direction? That's a perfectly reasonable response. Reasonable request. In this particular case, even if it's an Airbnb, now that I'm in it, this is my space. I'm the custodian. I'm looking after it. Anything that goes wrong in here, I'm responsible for. So I'm telling you, even if it wasn't true that the fucking smoke detectors go off, even if you're allowed, I just don't want you to smoke inside this place while I'm here. Is that okay? And these rappers, especially when it comes to, that's why it's so funny when it comes to the black community out there in North America, right? They are really against, for instance, Kodak Black. He's out here tweaking, clearly looks like he's on meth or something, or maybe something more, maybe heroin, who knows? He's having a hard time, so fucking big up Yak, hopefully he sorts it out. But you see a lot of people online having a lot of things to say about Yak, right? Kodak Black, oh my God, he's fucked up, he's a drug addict, blah. But then you see these rappers who are unable to put down a joint for a couple of hours and just do the stream. They're unable, and I also wonder, can you enjoy a joint? Can you enjoy smoking weed if you're smoking it at that level? You're just smoking like a cigarette. Like, do you actually even enjoy it? Does it have time to even like go in? Does it have time to actually take effect? Really and truly? Does it? Does it? I'm not sure it does. I really don't think it does. So they're not even enjoying what they're smoking. They don't get a chance to actually sit down, because I think these streams, like we saw with Offset, and Offset did that stream with fucking, what's his name? With Kai Cenat. These streams can be a really good opportunity for rappers to show off a bit more of their personal side without it, because you're not going to get gotcha questions here. Half these kids don't know much about the artists themselves. They just care about the music. They care about the vibes. They don't really care about cancel culture. They don't care about gossip on streams or on blogs. They just want to chat to you. So you get a chance as a rapper to kind of humanize yourself. And they don't take it. I don't get why they don't take it. Like, this is a great opportunity, especially these two guys, right? Foreign obviously had his moment with Donda. But I think Lil Tjay hasn't really been that, popping music-wise for a long time. Especially since he's like, since he got shot and stuff. I don't think it should have been ringing up as much as they were in the past. Why not just sit down with these kids who are probably around the same age as him anyway, shoot the shit, get some eyes back on your stuff, and blow from there. Instead of making it this like unnecessarily like weird interaction where there's like loads of like passive aggressive shit going on. Loads of like, sly little things. Like if you're a guy, Wagwan, right? Loads of little like, loads of little things where you're trying to like slyly intimidate somebody. Slyly bully, slyly big time. It's like, bruh, I just invited you around here to stream and hang out and produce some music. Why are you making it so difficult? It's not that deep, really. It really isn't that deep. Like, I don't get it, man. I really don't get it. And if anything, it makes Lil Tjay and Foreign look way worse. People now look at them and think these guys are cunts. These guys are dickheads. These guys have egos, the size of fucking Pluto. And it shouldn't really be that deep. Go and stream, record some music, hang out with a streamer, maybe get some new fans, get some viral clips off the back of it, and then bounce. It's not that deep. But they made it really, really deep. And now, here we are. Here we bloody are. So big up PlaqueboyMax standing his ground, by the way. He's not, clearly you can tell he's not intimidated by these guys as a man, innit? So you don't have to be a gangster or anything. It's just more so as a man, not you know what I mean? Come on, man. You're in my space, like respect my space. I love that he stood his ground. I love that he made it clear what was gonna happen and not happen in that space. And in the end, Foreign and Lil Tjay left because they felt uncomfortable because they couldn't smoke, which is okay. Which is perfectly okay. It's just unfortunate they had to go that way. But Lil Tjay has responded, which I'm gonna talk about now as well. I think there's a clip of it here on DJ Academics' Instagram platform. Lil Tjay did respond because everybody was obviously online chastising Lil Tjay, saying some bad things about him and basically, essentially not fans of how he acted. So let's see how Lil Tjay reacted to everybody seeing what he basically did there with Foreign at PlaqueboyMax's crib.
But if I'm gonna keep it a buck, bro, like I pulled up for Favi, PlaqueboyMax. No disrespect, I deadass didn't know you. I deadass never heard of you. I pulled up for Favi, bro. Everywhere I go, I be smoking. I pay the fine. How much this shit cost, bro? Real shit, gang. How much this shit cost, bro? Whatever. You got this whole shit, gang. This you. This you, gang. Like, I don't even just deal with niggas like that, bro. I don't know who you is. I walk in, I got some whole other shit on my mind. I understand I came through with 20 goons, how you say. Wasn't that many, but I'm TJ, gang. I'm in New York. How you think I'm coming, bro? For me? And my fault, I came through, fucked up your crib. It ain't the end of the world, nigga. I ain't no sorry ass nigga. It is what it is, bro. I told you, bro. You be alright, bro. I pay for that shit. Maybe one day we link up another day. And to why I didn't, I ain't gonna lie. I just felt like you like, yo, one, it felt like smell like weed already. Two, you like on some, yo, stop smoking. Thank you. Nigga, I'm a hood nigga, bro, regardless of the Lil Tjay image, which I'm trying, feel me, keep a mid-ground now, bro, like, I still damn near feel like, he was talking a little crazy, bro, like, niggas ain't never do that, y'all never been somewhere, no smoking, walk off, hit the, from the hood, gang, that how sensitive y'all gonna be, nigga, it is what it is, bro, life go on, bro, that's how y'all wanna spend y'all day worrying about it, damn, that's what they worry about, 50.
You worry about the wrong thing.
Y'all worry about me smoking in the house.
Pray for Cali.
You worry about me smoking in the house. You gotta really think about that, bro. Like, you feel me? And I wasn't even looking at the comments. Like, what? Y'all worry about me smoking in the house, bro? Like, what? Is that serious, gang? Like, what?
That dick right now.
Nigga, I didn't, feel me? I'm from the Bronx, New York. You know what I accomplished in life, gang? Like, come on, what we talking about? And it's not like, I ain't gonna lie, you know what I mean, niggas, bro, like, I ain't gonna go nowhere and just, niggas say, yo, don't smoke. and I'm just defiant, just trying to smoke and just trying to be an asshole. That's what you want to think that, feel me? Nah, that's not how life go. I show niggas respect, nigga. But if I'm gonna keep it a buck, bro, like I pulled up for Favi.
These rappers, man. Academics was right, man. Academics was right. I don't agree with Academics' tactics, but DJ Academics is right, man. Sometimes you gotta put these rappers on fucking. You gotta remind them who you are. You gotta remind them that, you know, it's different. You just gotta remind them it's different. Because the ego on this kid, man. The ego on this kid is insane. I don't even know you. I pulled up for Favi. All right, cool. No problem. You don't know the guy. All right, it's like a little sunning. I don't know you or nobody. All right, cool. No problem. You're more popular. You're more lit. Fair. No problem. He's a streamer, though. You're the rapper, so you should be more well known. If PlaqueboyMax was more well known than you as a rapper, that would be concerning. The fact that you're more well known than him, fair enough. But surely if you go to somebody's house with somebody else, surely there's more of an obligation on your end to abide by the rules because you're the guest of a friend. No, that's how it works, isn't it? If I invite you to my house and you bring a friend, that friend should be on way more good behavior than the person I invited because they don't know me. So they come into that space like, oh shit, you know, thanks for inviting me. Big up, you know, what's your name? I'm this person. And they acquiesce, they kind of, you know, they're cool because they're a guest of a friend, or they're a friend of a guest, or no, the friend of a guest, whatever, you know what I mean? So the fact that he had no concept of like understanding the rules or being considerate, having good manners of somebody else's house is insane. In the beginning, he says, yeah, wherever I go, I smoke. Surely there are places where you do go where you're not allowed to smoke. And what, all those places that you're not allowed to smoke inside, you just leave or you pay the fine. Is that what you do? So you walk around the world like not obeying rules, not obeying social contracts, not just having general manners just because you got the money to afford it. It really isn't about the money though, innit? It really isn't about the money. It's more so about if they say you're not allowed to smoke in that Airbnb, they say that because if you do smoke, you're going to get kicked out. If the fire alarm goes off and they get alerted that the fire brigade had to come in there and they find out that it was smoke, you'll get kicked out or whatever. So the fact that he's saying the money thing, that's not really the point. The point is more so, this is my crib, this is my casa, this is my habitation. Please respect the rules. Do not smoke in here. And doesn't listen. Doesn't listen. And then at the end he says, oh yeah, I'm not just like guy that doesn't follow rules. I'm not disobedient. I'm just going to smoke because I just want to. No, but you just said in the beginning. You just said whatever the fine is, I'm going to pay. Which I guess is a bit of a flex on his part, right? In that I've got so much money, or that I can just do whatever the fuck I want. Whatever the fine is, I'll just pay it off. But that really isn't the point. You're kind of missing the whole point of what happened there. And if anything, it's probably for the best that he left. If you had that kind of attitude. If you rocked in there thinking, who are these dorks? Why am I here? I'm only here for 5-year forum. Then fair enough, innit? Leave. No problem. You kind of got the gist anyway. Based on their body language, you could already tell that they weren't really fucking with the guys that they were in the room with. They were just there kind of like, you know, out of just courtesy or just being rappers and waiting to get some free promo. But I don't think they're really fucking with the guys in it. You could tell. Which is probably why they were smoking. Which is probably why PlaqueboyMax got way more, or what's the thing? PlaqueboyMax got way more annoyed and offended. Because it was like, they were saying fuck you. Every time they smoked, it was like fuck you. Without saying it, you know? Which I guess he's basically saying here. He's basically saying fuck you. You know what I mean? I can do what the fuck I want. But you still left, innit? So if you're a real bad boy, you would have just stayed and kept on smoking. And then let the guy keep telling you what he's going to tell you. But he didn't. You left because you kept on smoking and didn't want any hassle. So I guess it is what it is. But man, what disappointing thing to see. Really disappointing to see how these guys are, how they act. Really, because I feel like the streaming thing is a really untapped avenue that a lot of them could really exploit to their benefit. I think on both ends. The streamers could exploit it because you get a chance to interview people you probably would never have access to beforehand. The rappers get an opportunity to show a different side of themselves. The fans get to sit down and have like a long form interview with rappers. You don't usually get that anymore these days. Even Breakfast Club don't even do hour plus interviews anymore with rappers. So you get a chance to sit down with people. But they're missing it all because I guess in general, because these big streamers are all like the same age as some of these rappers, it's hard for them to kind of like act difference. You know, to have a little bit of a difference and to be a little bit to take the kind of the back seat and to be okay not being the biggest guy in the room, if that makes sense. Because any rapper that goes in to sit down with Kai Cenat, you know fundamentally that you're not as rich as him. So maybe some rappers have such ego, such pride, they can't handle it. But when they go to a radio station, they know they're the star. And plus, everybody at radio stations is a lot older. But when you go into a streamer's house, you pull up to his mansion, you see all these fucking, Lamborghini trucks outside. You rock up into his studio, you see him as well, looking good, looking healthy, and he's like younger than you. Maybe there's a part of them that's like, they can't, they can't accept that part, and they kind of show up with this sort of like bravado attitude. Because you'll never get Lil Tjay acting like this when he goes to a radio station. He's never gonna act like this when he's interviewed at a radio station. He's never gonna act like that. But when he goes to a streamer's house, suddenly this attitude comes out, which is unfortunate. I guess it is what it is. I guess it is what it is. And the other update regarding that is this one here. What's this update here? He calls Offset broke. Okay, cool. What's the one Lil Tjay told DG that okay, cool. What's this? Lil Tjay tells DDG if an altercation with PlaqueboyMax had happened off stream and he had spoken to him that way, he would have slapped him. What? So Playboy, did you not see this? Did you not see the clip? PlaqueboyMax asked those guys repeatedly 3 times, very politely, "Hey, you can't smoke in here. There's smoke alarms. It's an Airbnb. I appreciate you, please." Like, he asked them 3 times. "Please don't smoke in here." 3 times, very politely. The last time he got up from his chair just to like make the point, "Hey, you can't smoke, man. Please allow it." And he said he would have slapped him for that. You see how these rappers, and I feel like this only happens because he's black. If he was white, you wouldn't have said that. That's the issue too. It's like this self-hate thing is like so lame, man. I feel like if you went to a white boy streamer's house, he wouldn't have this attitude. You wouldn't want to slap him. Why do you want to slap him for? Because he looks like you. Because he looks like he might be from your same hood.
And it's like, you feel me? My son said, yo, can you not smoke? Excuse me, thank you, or appreciate it. Like that, immediately. I ain't even put the blunt out. Nigga said appreciate it. I'm like, fuck you think I've been in jail, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I've been in jail as a minor, bro. I was a fucking felon at 13. I don't know who niggas supposed to think Lil Tjay is, bro. You feel me? Excuse me, appreciate it. What type of reaction you really think you gonna get from that, gang? Like, you think you my mother, bro? Like, for real, niggas just slap the shit out of you. I'm on camera, bro, so I'm woo-woo, like, you feel me? So, like, you get a little cold shoulder, like, who you talking to, feel me? And I'm like, I ain't gonna lie to you. And I don't got no problem saying that. I'm damn near mind-blown. Niggas even care that much, bro. It's like, I'm looking like, woo, I'm here for Favi, and I'm just out, bro. I ain't even know that nigga was a streamer, though. And I'll tell you this much, though. As much as attention this shit got and how much people gonna tune to his story and feel sorry and this much, he definitely paying for that Airbnb account times how much. Like, you feel me?
What?
Like,
What?
Yeah. 2-3 minutes, I pulled up.
I don't even know what I don't know what's going on here. I really don't know what's going on here. This guy got mad. He got angry at somebody saying, "Don't smoke in here, please. I appreciate if you wouldn't smoke in here." Those are fighting words. Somebody telling you don't do this in my house is fighting words. But to be fair to him, to be fair to Lil Tjay, maybe he's got a point. If what he's saying is true and he was incarcerated when he was 13 years old, and he's been a felon since he was 13, maybe this is what we're seeing. This is proof of it. This is what happens when you go to prison at that sort of age. He's basically a broken person, you know? He's been institutionalized, for lack of a better term. That's probably why he can't really behave and act like a normal person. Plus, imagine, if what he's saying is true, he's been a career criminal since he's a child, then he comes out and he becomes a very popular rapper in a very short space of time and gets millions of dollars. He's had no time to course correct and change his behavior because so far in life, he's been kind of rewarded for all of his behavior. Yes, the prison thing sat him down a bit, but he's if you're in prison, you're most likely in a gang. When you're in a gang, you get a lot of notoriety in the hood. You get a lot of quote-unquote celebrity. You know, it comes with its own perks if you like that sort of lifestyle. Then you become a rapper straight after that, and you blow and you become really popular at that short period of time. I think he had like 2 really big hits and stuff. Then it's no surprise that he's the person that he is now because he's had no reason to course correct because the universe hasn't told him to course correct. It's rewarded him kind of. So he's gotten away with that kind of behavior because he's, just dumb luck. But I don't know, man. That level of arrogance, that level of ego to be confrontational and to be upset because you went to somebody's house and they said, "Don't smoke in here," is insane. Number one, for me personally, I don't know about you guys. When you go to somebody's crib, don't you just ask to smoke first? Isn't that the first thing that you do? Don't you ask first? Personally, I wouldn't even ask. You just go to someone's house, but wouldn't you ask first to smoke? A person that's got real manners, what they would do, if you got real manners, here's what you do. You'd go to somebody's house, you'd chill, and if you know they smoke, you'd wait for them to smoke first. Then when they smoke, you say, oh, is it alright if I smoke in here? Then you see what they say. That's what a real manners person would say. You weren't gonna kind of, inconvenience them and sort of like, put yourself on them. No. Can I smoke in here when they smoke? But if you do want to smoke that desperately, you'd ask them, hey, can I smoke in here? And they'll say to you, yes or no. And whatever they say, you go with. If they say, no, just go in the garden, cool, you go in the garden. Or go outside, cool, you go outside. Or no, wait until you finished. It's not that deep. They came into the house already smoking. They came into the house already smoking and then had an issue where somebody told them, hey, don't smoke in here. I'll pay the fine. Okay. Jesus Christ, man. It's a good thing that these streamers don't depend on rappers. It's a good thing these streamers are quite self-sufficient. They do their own thing. They play games. They fuck around on streaming shit. They have their own little crew, collectives, and now they're making their own music. So they're sort of like carving out their own lane. I like that. I like that they're carving out their own lane. But god damn it, man, these because if they had to depend on artists, especially rappers, they are such arseholes, isn't it? Such unmitigating arseholes. It's just so unnecessary. Like, why all this attitude? Because he told you to put your cigarette out or to not smoke your joint in the crib. Like, really, is it really that deep? Now you want to fight him? You want to beat him up? Fight in words? What? I'm from the hood. What do you mean I'm from the hood? What does that mean? You can't tell someone to stop doing something in the hood. You can't say, hey, excuse me, can you stop kicking the ball on my wall? Or you might get shot in the face. Is that what you're trying to say? No one has manners in the hood. There's no such thing as common decency. Okay. Whatever you say. Anyways, let's move on. Yo. Going on for the words of that guy that was in what's his name? DDG stream. Oh no, what's his name? Lil Tjay stream. Definitely pray for Cali. Definitely fucking pray for Cali, because this is absolutely crazy. Look at this clip here, courtesy of the BBC. Burned out homes line Malibu's devastated seafront. Look at this. Absolutely wild. Look at all the homes. Completely burned out. Nothing left. Just the walls. Everything else gone. Roof gone. Gates, some of them gone. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. And these are all seafront properties, by the way. So these are super expensive. These are the rich of the richest who are living there. And they're all completely been eviscerated. Fucking hell, bro. 2025 has gotten off to an absolute bang. Let's play the next one. Fires reach Hollywood with fears iconic sign could be at risk. Who cares about the Hollywood sign, bro? People are dying, man. Hollywood sign, you know. Helicopters battle to control the blaze. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Oh my God. Hollywood sign. Look at it. That's where the fire is, yeah? Jesus Christ. Evacuations have been ordered in Hollywood. Wow. Heavy traffic on Hollywood Boulevard. Everyone tries to get out, I guess, right? Everyone's trying to leave. Everyone's Teslas bumper to bumper trying to get out of Hollywood. Escape Hollywood, bro. That would be a good movie, actually. G-Wagons, Porsches, Teslas. What's that? Palisades and Eaton. Fires burn. God almighty. Pasadena. Look at this person's house. Completely engulfed in flames. Jesus Christ. Okay, cool, man. Absolutely crazy. So it continues on. Let's see another article on here. I think this one I want to talk about. Paris Hilton and Adam Brody among celebrities who lose their homes. So Paris Hilton and Adam Brody have lost their homes in the California fires. Absolutely wild. So now you're seeing, because obviously, you know, these fires affect regular people, but when they affect the rich and the famous, people tend to care way more. And obviously this also shows the scale, because it's now hitting seafront properties, which you'd imagine should be kind of immune to that sort of stuff because they're next to the sea with the wind coming in. I don't know. That's what my normal brain would think of it. But I guess with fire, it doesn't really matter. So let's read the article here. It says as follows. Paris Hilton, and Bill Crystal, and Adam Brody are among the celebrities who have lost their homes in the deadly wildfires raging in Los Angeles area. More than 1,000 structures have been destroyed as 6 separate blazes burn in and around the city, which is dotted with film stars' mansions. Some of the worst devastation was in the scenic enclave of Pacific Palisades, where a wind-whipped inferno exploded from several hundred acres to more than 15,000 in size since Tuesday. Jesus Christ. This only started on Tuesday? No way. Really? A swath of the neighborhood, which is a haven for the hillside streets, nestled against the Santa Monica Mountains and winding down the beaches along the Pacific Ocean, was reduced to ash. God almighty. Actor James Wood, who starred in films including Nixon and Casino, broke down in tears in CNN as he described losing his Pacific Palisades property. No, sorry, I shouldn't be laughing. One day you're swimming in the pool. The next day it's all gone. Yeah, welcome to real life, bro. Welcome to the life of the regular person. Welcome to the life of a regular person. One day you're employed, the next day you're not. Welcome. Embrace it. This is what happens. Oh, sorry. He wiped away tears as he described how his wife, 8-year-old niece, offered their piggy bank to help rebuild their house. You'll be alright, man. You'll be alright. Stop. Now he's acting. Come on, James Wood. What's your net worth? You'll be alright, bro. I know you lost your house. It's bad. Don't get me wrong. But let's not acting like, come on. What's your net worth? Shut up, bro. Shut up. My wife's niece offered us a piggy bank. You think it's in a movie? What's your net worth? $6 million. You'll be cool, man. You'll be alright. You'll figure it out, man. You'll figure it out. God damn these people, man. Anyway, actor Crystal said in a statement that he and his wife Janice were heartbroken by the loss of their Pacific Palisades home, where they had lived since 1979. Oh, actually, you know what? That's gotta hurt. To have a home in California since 1979 and it's all gone? Ouch. And the When Harry Met Sally star said in a statement, "We raised our children and grandchildren here. Every inch of this house was filled with love. Beautiful memories that can't be taken away. We are heartbroken, of course, but with the love of our children, our friends, we will get through this." Yeah, love will get you through. And a bank balance. Some of us, if a fire was to burn everything, we start from the beginning again. Some of us, if we start from the beginning, if a fire burns, we are done. We might as well just end it. We are done. Some of us, if a fire burns, we can't even get to work tomorrow. You know what I mean? We're fucked. Just end it all now. What is this here? Watch the moment friends abandon their house at the Palisades after the fire closes in. Let's watch this clip. Alright, dude. Yeah, let's get out of here.
I've never seen anything like this before, especially here in California.
Wow.
Like, this is
2025, man.
And I was even talking to a local who's lived here his whole life for about 50 years, and he said he's never seen anything like it either.
I don't know what anyone's supposed to do in this situation, but because so many people are going through it, I think that it's going to be something where you could go through it together. Warms my heart. I know I have a couple couches to sleep on.
The insanity of this event is unprecedented.
Yeah, I guess that's the only good thing to come out of this, right? Is that you quickly realize who your friends are, especially in a place like California where everyone's kind of like, especially in LA, I guess. People are a little bit more self-absorbed and shit. Maybe this is not the good thing, but the best thing to come out of this is realizing how much of a community you have around you, who people you can actually depend on and shit. People who have been affected by the fires, let you sleep on their couches and shit. No questions asked. That's pretty cool. Anyway, it continues. Holiday heiress Paris Hilton said that she had lost her home in Malibu. She wrote an Instagram post. "Sitting with my family, watching the news, and seeing our home in Malibu burn to the ground on live TV is something no one should have to experience. This home is where we built so many precious memories. My heart and prayers are going out to every family affected by these fires. A home reportedly belonging to Brody, who stars of Netflix show Nobody Wants This, and Gossip Girl, and his wife, that's his wife. I didn't know that. And his star wife, Leighton Mister. I didn't know that Adrian Brody was, okay, I didn't know that. Was also destroyed. Let's play the clip. A time-lapse intensity of the roaring fire in Palisades over 90 minutes. 90-minute time-lapse. Wow. Oh my God. If you can't see this, the whole screen is red. It starts off really small, and then the whole fucking screen goes red. Look at it from the beginning again. It starts there in a corner, and then quickly, it all completely consumes everything around it. Oh my days. Oh my fucking God. That's 90 minutes in one area. Holy shit. When the fire starts to burn and it starts to spread, pick up disclosure. The Hill star Spencer Pratt and Heidi Montag, who are married, also lost their home in the blaze. I'm watching our home burn down on security camera, said Pratt. Yo, that is wild. That is wild. Watching your home burn down on security camera from your phone, and then the connection goes and you realize this whole thing is gone. Eesh. So our house is on fire and we're able to get out in time, but I keep going over and over my mind of the things I should have got. But we're out safe, and that's the most important thing. In a later post, she said, while tearing up, that she was so sad her house is gone and they'd lost everything we'd worked hard. That's the thing that's really hard. I guess when it comes to fires, I guess when home robberies, it's a violation. It's your private space. It's your safe space, so to speak. But when it comes to fire, it's like, it's impossible to get everything out of your house that means something to you because it's your house. The whole thing means something to you. And even if you're a rich Hollywood celebrity who could probably afford to buy another house or rebuild a house, everything of sentimental value, you can't put a number on it. There's no value you can put on stuff that means something to you. A lot, you know? I don't know, the first cushion that you sat on in a nice restaurant when you got your first acting gig, your first fucking call sheet, your script for a movie you worked on that was really good. Stuff that you can't put value on, you know? All gets burned. Shit you wore when you were in school, degrees, certificates, I don't know, whatever. Little trinkets you picked up on holiday. All gone. God damn. Feeling numb, singer and This Is Us actress Mandy Moore posted a video of the scenes of destructions as she evacuated. Grateful for my family and pets getting out in time before it was too late. Honestly, I'm in shock and feeling numb for also many lost, and including my family. My children's school is gone. Oof. The school burned down. Our favorite restaurants leveled. So many friends have loved ones have lost everything. Our community is broken, but we're here to rebuild together. TV hosts, you're not gonna rebuild together though. Really, you're gonna be together. You're gonna be together, but behind a gate. You know what I mean? Let's be real. You're not gonna go and rebuild people's houses in the hood. Let's be real. Let's relax with the rebuild together shit. You know. And so you're not gonna be rebuilding. Manuel's gonna be rebuilding. You know. Jose's gonna be rebuilding. You're not gonna be touching anything. Let's be real. But anyway, what I know. TV host Ricky Lake told followers that she had lost her dream home, adding, I'm grieving along with those suffering during this apocalyptic event. Actors Sir Anthony Hopkins and John Goodman, Anne Faris, and Carrie Elwes also reported losing their homes. Miles Teller, so many fucking bloody hell, man. It's pretty wild how if you wanted to eviscerate the entirety of the Hollywood industry, you just launch a nuclear bomb in that particular area of LA or California, and you'd wipe out the whole industry, innit? They all live in that one area. God damn, bro. I know it's a nice place, but why do you all live in the same spot? Miles Teller, best known for his role on Top Gun Maverick, and his wife, Kaylee Sperry, reportedly lost their homes in the Pacific Palisades. Posting on Instagram, Sperry shared a picture of the fires and broken heart emojis. She urged people to leave bowls. I'm sounding like Brendan there. To leave bowls of water for animals left behind as they evacuate their homes. Other stars forced to flee include Star Wars actor Mark Hamill and Schitt's Creek actor Eugene Levy. Oh, Eugene Levy, I love those two guys. I like Schitt's Creek. In a post on Instagram, Hamill called the blaze the most horrific scene since 1993 when 18,000 acres burned, destroying 323 homes. He said that he evacuated his Malibu house so last minute there were small fires on both sides of the road. Levy described to local media black and intense smoke over Temescal Canyon. I couldn't see any flames, but the smoke was very dark. Jamie Lee Curtis said her home was safe, but the situation was gnarly. Obviously, there was been horrific fires in the place. This is initially where I live. Everything, the market, the shop, the schools I go to, the schools my kids go to, my friends, many friends now have lost their homes. Ooh. Actor Cameron Matheson also shared a clip of his house reduced to smoldering ruins. We are safe, but this is what's left of our beautiful home, and General Hospital star wrote. Our home where our children were raised, where they wanted to raise their own someday. How big is the area burnt in the Palisades wildfire? Wow. That's the area. It covers some bits of Manhattan and Brooklyn, and if it was in the UK, it would cover the entirety of, I guess, of Peckham. or half a Peckham. Jesus Christus. Legendary songwriter Diane Warren, who composed classic hits including If I Could Turn Back Time and I Don't Want to Miss a Thing, also lost her home. She posted a picture of the beachfront house that she owns, saying that the property she had for close to 3 decades was gone. Actor Steve Guttenberg, known for Police Academy, stayed to help firefighters by moving cars to clear the path for oncoming traffic. He urged fellow Pacific Palisades residents to leave keys in their abandoned cars so they could be moved. What? Yeah, right. Meanwhile, the Palisades Car Charter High School, used in 1976 horror movie Carrie, has also been devastated. The Oscar nominations have been postponed by 2 days because of the fires, and other star-studded events have also been cancelled. Film premieres for Unstoppable, Better Man, Wolfman have been called off, as well as the Screen Actors Guild live ceremony, while the Oscars nominations event was postponed. Meanwhile, a new blaze broke out on Wednesday night, the Sunset Fire at the Hollywood Hills. Yo, we're gonna hear, when the Oscars finally does come on, we're gonna see so many tears. We're going to see so many people crying on stage. We're going to see, it's already bad anyway with the crying, but we're going to see so many people on stage crying. It's going to be fucking, it's going to be a world record of tears on there. It's going to be flooded with fucking tears. God freaking damn. Let's go with the live update. This is a live update courtesy of BBC. What's going on here that I've missed? We're doing our best with what we've got, said the fire chief, quizzed over resources. A reporter asked the LA City Fire Chief, Christine Crawley, whether a plan was in place for attacking the fires without air support, which you can read below. She says resources were being pre-deployed because they knew the winds were coming, but they proved to be dynamic, and as a result, their strategy and tactics for dealing with the fires had to change. Crawley said, we called for the world in terms of resources. We're going to do everything we can to effort in order to fix this. So what are some people blaming the fire services in LA for this? I wonder why. Is that a conspiracy? People are trying to blame them because it sounds like she's getting grilled. There's another question from LA Mayor Karen Bass now. This one's a lack of resources for firefighters following reports of hydrants having no water or being at low pressure. Bass says she was frustrated by the hydrants, repeating that her earlier statement that this is an unprecedented event and the number of one problem was the fact that no air support could be given. So they can't do air support because there's too much smoke, so the helicopters can't fly, which is then affecting their ability to put out the fires, I'm assuming. And they're now raging. The death toll is 5. Is it accurate? A reporter from New York Times asked LA County Sheriff Robert Luna if he believes the current death toll 5 is accurate. To which he says, very likely that figure will rise. Oh yeah, true. Once they put out all the fires and actually go to the properties, they might unfortunately find absolute horror places, isn't it, where people were actually passed. Mayor pushed on absence from LA when fires erupted. Oh, one thing as Americans don't like is for the elected officials, when something goes down, they do not like it when the elected officials are nowhere to be found. That's one thing Americans do not respond well to at all. They do not like it when an elected official is on holiday and some terrorist event happens. They don't like the optics of it at all. They fucking go crazy. Rightfully so, but they do not like it. Let's see this one. As updated from LA Mayor Karen Bass and other officials ends, were first coming in BBC. LA is a panic state. The first question to Mayor Bass begins before asking why she was out of country during the fear and confusion as the wildfire started. What explains this lack of preparation and rapid response? Responding, Bass says her number one focus and of all the officials is to protect lives and save homes. Rest assured, when we are safe and homes are saved, we will do evaluation of what worked and what didn't work and hold accountable any department or individual. Pushing her response, she repeats that she was set out of her priorities. Okay, cool. As a reminder, Bass is facing criticism for being out of LA when the fire started. She had a trip in Ghana for inauguration of its new president. What's the fucking California mayor doing in Ghana anyway? Huh? What is the California mayor doing in Ghana? Please, someone tell me. Honestly, man. It sounds kind of dodgy to me. But anyway, Ghana is a nice place, so maybe she would win the holiday. Water quality continues to be affected by the ash. Mark Pestrella, director of the LA County Public Works, says LA's municipal water systems continue to suffer poor water quality due to ash and debris falling into the reservoir and the filtration systems. Wow. I didn't think about that at all. So the water they're trying to use to put out the fires is being damaged because of the fire itself. Huh. Residents in some areas are advised to boil water. He says, adding that water deliveries will start today. And so, okay, but people don't really drink tap water in America anyway, do they, right? Most people don't drink tap water. Whenever I've seen an American stream or something, people always got like mad boxes of like bottled water and shit. I don't think you Americans actually drink your tap water anyway, do you? Pestrella also says the road systems have been impacted heavily throughout the country, which many streets close. He urges residents to report issues such as gas leaks and sewer leaks. Meanwhile, LA Department of Water and Power, DWP CEO and Chief Engineer Janice Quinones says that the 118 DWP crews continue to work around the clock to restore power. Jesus. Sheriff confirms nearly 180,000 LA residents had told to leave. God damn. If you're told to evacuate, evacuate. So some people are not evacuating. I refuse to leave. I'm just going to stay in my house. What? Are they afraid they're going to get, their houses are going to get like squatted or something? Or raided? Like, Jesus Christos. Firefight manages damage to contain the separate fires. Fire chief gives update on ongoing fire, calling Palisades one of the worst natural disasters in LA history. He says the Palisades fire currently covers more than 17,200 acres and is 0% contained. Crawley says that the preliminary reports estimate that the thousands of structures have been damaged and destroyed, and describe the Palisades fire as one of the worst destructive natural disasters in the history of LA. On the others, he says that the Hearst fire, meanwhile, is covering 850 acres. The Woodley fire covers 30 acres. The Sunset fire covers 42.8 acres. Jesus. The winds should expect it to subside, but the firefighters are still battling multiple blazes. God almighty. Eaton fire has damaged 1,000 structures, remain 0% contained. Residents urged to make only essential travel. We are all hands on deck. God almighty. God almighty. Here's a map showing you some of the damage. So this is what that beachfront properties looks like, right? Fires destroy Malibu homes on Pacific Highway. That's what it looked like before, and this is what it looks like after. Basically, all the properties on that thing have been destroyed. Maybe there's probably a couple towards the end which are okay, but for the majority of them are all gone. God almighty. I wonder how it is anyway living on there anyway, because this is a massive highway, right? I wonder how it's like living in a place where you have a beachfront, so you got your view of the sea, but then you're also really close to a highway, so it's really noisy, isn't it? You got the great view at the back, but at the front it's always really noisy. I guess you can insulate your house, soundproof and shit, but you still got traffic in front of your house. Must be a weird place to live at. All that traffic, but you got this amazing view in the back. Firefighters are tackling the 5 blazes in Palisades, Eaton, Hollywood Hills. Basically all the places that celebrities live in it. God damn it. Some more pictures here. Beachfront hillside homes in Malibu, California burn in the Palisades fire. Jesus Christos. Absolutely crazy. So the size of it there. Smoke from the Palisades fire also be depicted. Effects on the Eaton fire. The Palisades fire is not only one that's been devastating effect on neighborhoods of Los Angeles. These images show the extent of the destructions caused by the Eaton fire in the neighborhood of Altadena. How do you say that? Altadena, not Altadena. Altadena. So this is Altadena neighborhood. That's what it looked like beforehand, right? Your quintessential American neighborhood, very green, very housey and shit. You know how it is. And then you scram across, and literally all the houses in that area have been burned. Every single one. Jesus. Some worse than others, but every single one's been absolutely torched. Fucking hell. That is wild, bro. Cool. LA wildfires devastate homes in Altadena, July 2022, Jan 2025. That's the same house. Wow. That's engulfed in flames. That's completely gone. LA wildfires raises businesses in Altadena. That's somebody's liquor store, right? And this is it there, completely gone. You can imagine too, a liquor store, fires. It's like, do you know what I mean? You couldn't get something any more flammable than that. Yo, how did 2025 start off like this, man? How did 2025 start off this fucking crazy? God almighty. LA wildfires destroy Pasadena Jewish temple. Fuck. Completely gone. Look at that. It's like rivers of fire, isn't it? Look, all this liquid is like a river of fire. River of blood. Almost something quite biblical about this. Shit. Crazy. Pray for California for sure. Where do I go? Chaos on Hollywood streets as people flee flames. Much of the heart of Hollywood is blanketed in thick smoke. You can barely see the tops of the towering palms. It is utter chaos in the streets and near the fire. People are using sweatshirts to cover their faces so they can breathe. Many are carrying bags and suitcases looking for a place to go. Everyone that was like anti-mask is now suddenly trying to get their mask, huh? All you motherfuckers out there that were anti-mask and didn't want to wear the COVID mask, it's all fucking mind control. Now everyone's looking for a mask, huh? Okay. Some are wearing pajamas, clearly taken by surprise. The Sunset Fire broke out around at 6 p.m. local time on Wednesday, covering much of Hollywood in thick smoke and covering the evacuation order. By midnight local time, the fire covered 60 acres. While driving in Hollywood, I saw many people running away from their homes with whatever belongings they could carry. As I pulled over, some of them responded to me in fear and anxiety. Are you able to help here? No, are you here to help people? Where do I go? Anna Waldman asked as I got out of my car. Where is it safe? Above us, sirens had gone off and helicopter blades were whipping. As I helped her get to a safe area, she told me she was walking her dogs and had planned to stop by a grocery store when she smelled it. Oh my God, imagine that. Imagine you had your headphones on. Imagine you had your noise-cancelling headphones on. You popped into Air One quickly, or whatever local grocery store you had. You were shopping, doing your thing, not paying attention. You weren't checking your phone, listening to that new Bad Bunny, right? Having a good time. And then you walk back home slowly, and then you start to smell smoke. You're like, hold on. You run down the street, and you realize your house is on fire. Like, what? First thought would be like, oh shit, what did I do? You might think you left the gas on or something, but no, it's just wildfires. Your house is torched. And whatever you're wearing at that moment is what you got on. So most of us go grocery shopping in our pajamas, some of us, right? So whatever you got on is what you have. You have nothing else on you. Jesus Christ. She went back home, looked out of her windows and watched the fire move quickly through the Hollywood Hills to within a block from her home. She packed what she could, food, clothes, blankets, food for her three small dogs. I can't believe it, she said. Michaela Jackson, 26, held her 2-year-old son, Rami, on the corner of the street as they waited for a ride. They had evacuated from a homeless shelter that was in danger of burning. They just told us to get out and go. She said that she was heading towards the Hollywood High School where more help was being offered. Fucking hell. So this is how people are walking around LA, just like with suitcases and whatever they had in their possession. That's it. Imagine your whole entire house has been whittled down to that. I wonder now if all the people in LA, this is not the time to say this, but hey, if all the people in LA that had very negative things to say about the homeless are now having some interesting reflective moments. Some people who are very critical and very dismissive, very dehumanize, they dehumanize homeless people and treat them like they're others, are now maybe thinking, you know what? Now I see how it happens very quickly. Because something I've always kind of kept in the back of my head. You never should like look at a homeless person and think you're better than them, because essentially that could always be you. All it takes is a couple bad decisions, a couple strokes of bad luck, and you could eventually end up on the streets again. You know, God forbid and shit, touch wood. But it really isn't as out of this world as people think it is. Especially if you're living in the, you know, the highest of the highs and you're in this nice mansion. You probably think to yourself, you could never end up on the street somewhere. But sometimes it happens. Who knows? Maybe you're already behind on your mortgage. Maybe you've refinanced your house. Maybe you've remortgaged your house. And now the house is burnt. Some insurance companies are not going to pay out on that. It's gone. Now you have nothing. Suddenly you're homeless. That just like that. And in this fucking, what you call it? And I'd imagine, like in all places, I'd imagine most insurance companies, most brokers, most lenders, most banks, most mortgage companies, they're gonna take advantage of you when you're at your lowest. So when you're struggling, when everyone's fighting to get something or get a house somewhere, suddenly all the prices and the rates go up, and now you can't afford it, or you just can't get a mortgage because the economy has changed. So I wonder if a lot of people who had a very bad thing to say about homeless are now thinking, you know what? Maybe I was hasty. Many of the roads near the blaze, such as the iconic Hollywood Boulevard, which includes the Hollywood Walk of Fame, are gridlocked with traffic. Some are even driving on the wrong side of the road to escape. The inferno could be seen from nearby freeways, lighting up the dark of the red hues. On the outskirts of the legendary city, it is though nothing is happening. People are eating dinner, shopping, and going about their evenings. Jesus Christ. So on one side it's on fire, on the other side people are just living life as per normal. Yowzers. Fucking hell. Honestly. Powerful photos reveal the dramatic scenes. Look at these pictures, man. Big up all the firefighters, man. Respect to all the firefighters. Putting themselves in harm's way. Containing the fires as best as they can. Shout out goes out to the firefighters, man. Shout out to all the firefighters. Weary firefighters have been battling the wildfires throughout Tuesday and Wednesday. California Fire Chief David Acuna said that there have been zero progress in containing the fires on Wednesday because of the high winds and the dry conditions. Powerful wind. Oh my God. Oh my. Look at that angle. Wow. Oh my God. All they are the foundations of the properties. The stumps. Look at that. There's nothing left. Just the stumps. The pillars, whatever, the foundations of the properties. The beachfront ones. They're all gone. Fucking hell. Or not, I guess seaside properties, not beachfront. The seaside properties. All completely eviscerated. Fucking hell. Oh my God. That is wild. And I think this as well, right? This bit here is also a property, isn't it? That's also must have been a house. Shit. Millions, if not billions of value. Gone. And they say a house is the most, don't they say houses are the safest investment you can make? A thick and hazy smoke has been seen enveloping the city after 2 days of raging fires. Yeah, you can see it there. This, you see, look how this part of the city is completely fine. All light and blue and bright. And then look at that bit there at the back. Look at that bit. Towards the back. The foreground is nice, but the background is all covered in smoke. Wow, look at that picture there. While more localized smoke billowed from the affected areas. Look how thick that smoke is. Oh my God, bro. What a weird thing. It touched one place, and I feel like, from what I see in the pictures, there's one area that's covered in fires. Then the middle bit of like California, I don't know what that middle bit is. There's nothing. And then there's one bit that is. So it's like it must be a strange place to be in. There's parts of California where people probably don't even know there's a fire happening. You know? It's fucking hell. Some residents of the Pacific Palisades have seen certain neighborhoods reduced to rubble. I guess the husband and wife are hugging each other. Jesus Christ, man. Fucking hell. They probably went out for a bike ride and came back and their house is on fire. Cool. Cool. People gathered essential supplies with so many being forced to flee. There's a guy with his truck with a boat on top of it and shit. Oh, Gavin Newsom, bro. The people who hate Gavin Newsom, they are probably on his bumper right now. The people who hate Gavin Newsom are probably on his fucking bumper. If Gavin Newsom thought his job was hard, it's going to be really hard now. The people that hate Gavin Newsom are going to be giving him fire. He's going to be feeling it. He's going to be feeling it. The fires are spread. Look at that. Even the water, because of the fire and the light and the darkness. Look at that. Even the water is being sprayed on the fire. Looks like fire itself, isn't it? Looks like they're like trying to put out the fires with molten lava. As firefighters work to contain the fires in Sunset Boulevard, residents rush to save important items in the neighborhood. Oh my God, man. Look at that beautiful house. Look at that man's beautiful house. You have to just go in and what do you get? Is that an American flag? Okay, maybe something else. I don't know. But look at that guy's beautiful house. Just gone. Look at it. Gorgeous home. Jesus Christ. People saving their horses. Some areas of Pacific Palisades have been burned into Wednesday. God almighty. Whole neighborhood's gone. This followed a huge effort to tackle the initial blaze. Wind gust more than 80 miles per hour. Oh, wow. Wind of more than 80 miles per hour has fanned the flames on Tuesday, with winds still higher on Wednesday. The fires caused many dramatic scenes and debris flew to residential areas on Tuesday. God almighty. Los Angeles County firefighters took position to tackle the blaze on Tuesday. While police officers were out in the streets escorting people to safety and aiding evacuation efforts. Look at that lady there with the dog. God almighty, and a cat, I guess, in that box. More than 130,000 people have been ordered to evacuate the areas on Wednesday. Beachfront homes lit up with orange hues along the Pacific Coast Highway. Look at that, bro. On fire, on fire, on fire. Look at the despair on her face. The little doggy all scared and shit. God damn. And firefighters had to dodge residents evacuating areas to affected fires. Jesus Christ. Water cannons have been deployed across the city to extinguish the fires. Usually iconic looking palm trees of Los Angeles are bent and burned in the wake of the wildfires. This is a palm tree in front of a McDonald's that's completely engulfed in flames, so I'd imagine. The helicopters have been working alongside officers to try and stop the spread across the hills. Yo, pray for Cali for sure, man. Pray for fucking Cali, because this is fucking crazy, man. Absolutely wild, 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 wild scenes. Look at that. Absolutely insane. Legitimately insane. The efforts to quell the fire have been hampered because of the winds and the smoke. Helicopters can't get up to put out large parts of the fire, so the firefighters on the ground having to handle it. Plus all the traffic around it's probably not helping. Allegedly the fire hydrants aren't working in certain areas. Maybe the resources in terms of firefighters in general are really low for whatever reason. Maybe budget costs, whatever else is going on there, mismanagement, who knows. Ooh, traffic getting in and out is probably going to be crazy. Yeah, prayers go out to everybody that's been affected with this out there in flipping LA, because you guys are going through it. You guys are absolutely going through it. Well, in California, I guess specifically. But you guys are going absolutely through it, man. Jesus Christos. Wow. Absolutely wild. Absolutely wild. Anyways, moving on. Quick one regarding Kobbie Mainoo and Alejandro Garnacho. So there's been a lot of rumors about these two guys, academy graduates, leaving United, and there's an update here, courtesy of Sky Sports, that says they're not leaving. I think there's a contract negotiations going on with Kobbie Mainoo. There was leaks from his camp saying that they're not happy with the ambitions of the club, directions and shit. They want more wages, whatever stuff, what agents do for their clients, which I have no business, which I have no problem with, and Garnacho the same sort of thing as well. Now this update is saying that they actually don't want to leave. So let's actually read the article and I'll give my opinion on the other side. Kobbie Mainoo has no concerns over his United future. Sky Sports News understands amid reports that the club have may need the cash in academy players to comply with the financial rules. The 19-year-old has felt valued by the United and have made it clear that they're not actively seeking to sell the midfielder nor Alejandro Garnacho, despite the realistic PSR FFP situation. United have been preparing a new contract for Mainoo. A manager and former manager Eric Ten Hag told News Sports on September that there would be talks with the club leadership over the team rewarding into England International. His current deal runs until 2027, while the option for an extra year, which includes a built-in pay rise, is linked to performances. The summer recruitment of Manuel Ugarte has centered around finding a new good foil for Mainoo, and the pair have shown roots of a promising partnership. Garnacho, meanwhile, is contracted till 2028. United have to sell to buy to equip Ruben with the squad needed for effectively enact his philosophy, and the focus is on shifting the players that do not have a long-term future at the club. United actively seeking to sell Mainoo, not seeking to sell Mainoo or Garnacho. Sky Sports understands senior sports Melissa Reddy, speaking on transfer talk, said Kobbie Mainoo has no concerns over his Man United future, amid reports that the club are trying to sell academy graduates. I'm told the 19-year-old feels quite valued at United, who have made it clear that they're not actively trying to seek to sell him nor Garnacho. Mainoo's current deal expires in 2027. The club have been preparing a new contract for him to reflect his growing status as a squad. So, what do I think of this? My thoughts are as follows. I really don't have a problem with either of them going. As much as I love both players, I don't care. I feel like, in general, one of the things that we wanted Ineos to do when they came in was to fix the wage structure. At the moment, we've got players in our team, players in our squad, who are probably surplus to requirements, who we can't get rid of simply because we got them on too much money. So it's not only that they're bad, or they're not of good quality, or not of high quality, or they're not type of players that Ruben Amorim will get any use out of. We also can't get any use out of them, or we also can't let them go because they're on wages that other teams can't afford. So if we have to let go of some academy graduates to kind of readdress that balance, I'm okay with it. I'm also okay with Mainoo and Garnacho saying, you know what, they think they're worth way more, and they think they should be on the money that, a Rashford's on or something. Because we basically made a rod for our own backs. We're the ones that decided to give the likes of Rashford 300 grand, Maguire 190, Luke Shaw 150 grand. These players that we could easily probably get rid of, or we probably don't really like anymore. it's so surprising some of these players are coming up thinking, you know what, I'm better than these players. I'm more important to the team. I feel like I should be compensated, you know, in the same way. I don't have any issue with it. I just feel like now going forward, fans, myself included, have to be ruthless. If we want Ineos to be ruthless, we have to have no attachment, no emotional ties, even though we love these players and they're academy graduates and represent the badge really well. We have to say, if we want this manager to get the best out of this club or out of his time here and out of the players, he needs to get his own players in. And to get his own players in, it seems like he has to sell to buy. And if he has to let go of some of these academy graduates to get those players in, so be it. And if they want to leave because they don't want to, they feel like they're not getting the right money that they want to get here, fair be. Fair be. I'm okay. Fair play. Because what I don't want is for Mainoo, who hasn't done much in the game, Mainoo hasn't done much in football, for him to come in and start demanding 200 grand. We give it to him, and then immediately next season he plays like shit. I'm fed up with that shit. I'm fed up with that shit. I don't want that anymore. So I'd prefer it if he feels like he's, you know, worth more money, go to another club, you know, shake hands, good, do what needs to be done, kill it over there. But there's no point of us trying to like give these young players crazy contracts to keep them, because we need to readdress the wage structure. And the only way to do it is to let go of some players and maybe let go of players that you actually like. So I have no issue with it whatsoever. I'd like them to stay, especially Mainoo. Garnacho I'm not too fussed about, but I'd like both of them to stay, especially squad options. But if they both want to go because they want more money, cool, no problem. Just don't be forced in a position to give them more money, to give them a good squad number, and start building the whole team around them when they've done nothing in the game to deserve that. Everything has to be earned, I feel like, with the achievements on the pitch. We have to go back to that kind of play. Hey, let's get back to a place where the players are earning their contract and not just being given a contract because they're the only best of a bad bunch. Like, let's allow that. That's my only opinion. But again, I could be wrong. Again, I could be wrong. Let's move on. Let's move on. So, this is an interesting clip. This is courtesy of Beth, what's his account? Based Beth Jervos. And this is regarding Mark Zuckerberg's new announcement with how they're going to be approaching content moderation on both Facebook and Instagram, both platforms that he owns. Now, I feel like this is really interesting because what this shows is that there's definitely been a sea change in terms of political, I guess, affiliations, alignments in the US. I feel like a lot of these guys who are maybe leaning a lot more left are basically trying to lean a lot more center, maybe center to right. Because I guess they're now seeing, especially, maybe it's a consequence of COVID and the whole mind control and the governmental fucking conspiracy around all that shit, right? And the vaccines and stuff that made a lot of these tech guys or startup people realize that a lot of the stuff that went down during that time, people getting cancelled, people getting deplatformed, people getting banned completely, silenced in some regards because they had alternative, because they had like difference of opinion when it comes to the virus and when it comes to the vaccine and when it comes to everything else that was going on there, which I always thought was really like, was kind of, if anything, I felt like the silencing of like alternative voices, no matter how loopy they were, actually did more bad than good. If anything, it emboldened them more. Like, if somebody's out there talking whatever they're talking about, you know, if you boil ginger and you squeeze orange into it, it's going to cure COVID. You're better off just letting them say what they want to say as opposed to silencing them. Because if I believe in those conspiracy theories anyway, if you silence them, it's only going to make me more certain that what that person's saying is true. That's why you're silencing them. You get it? So I never understood the whole deep out. It didn't make any sense. Just let them say what they're going to say. The people, because I felt like, for whatever reason with COVID, it felt like governments around the world were trying to make people comply to take it by force. Like it was a requirement regardless. I don't think that's fair. I think the only way to deal with a virus like that is to get the majority of people to comply. But in this day and age, with the access to information that we all have, it's almost impossible to get everybody to comply to anything because there's always going to be dissenting voices. So I felt like they should have just concentrated on getting information out. Whoever wanted to get the vaccine wanted to get the vaccine. If you didn't want to get it, leave them alone. But they didn't do that. They kind of harassed, harangued, gaslit, fear-mongered, lied straight up. And in general, now, some of us are looking back on it, especially someone like myself, I'm saying, like, you know, since I got the vaccine, and I got it at a time when, you know, they said, the only reason why I got the vaccine was because we couldn't travel. And I was desperate to travel at the time. So I thought, I'm just going to get the fucking vaccine just so I can travel and get the fucking car so I can go abroad and shit, which I did. But now looking back at it, it was a big mistake because I felt like my cardiovascular levels have never been the same. Legit. Don't get me wrong, I don't run as much, but I feel like my cardio has never been the same since I took that vaccine. Now, that could be me just thinking, you know, it and making it be. I don't know. It could be a confirmation bias going on there. Who knows? But I feel like a lot of people can definitely attest to having some negative side effects with taking the vaccine. Now people are open to talking about it, but there was a period in time where if you spoke about negative effects of the vaccine, you'd get fucking laughed out of the room. You get spoken about like you were some fucking crazy kooky person. And I don't think that's fair. So now Zucks, I guess, is seeing that, and he's now having a more he's having a more Twitter kind of aspect when it comes to social media, which I think is good because I'm hoping this will spread to YouTube. Because YouTube at the moment is kind of boring and a bit shit sometimes. You know, look at myself. I got demonetized. So I don't know what for. I have no idea what I got demonetized for, and I've got a pretty tame channel. But I feel like the last hurdle to get over is to get this sort of thinking, this sort of mindset, this kind of thing that Elon's doing with Twitter. And I know Twitter's a bit of a cesspool, but let's not lie, it's way more fun now because you know you can basically say what the fuck you want. And I feel like the same thing's gonna happen with Facebook and Instagram, and it's going to allow those platforms to flourish. And the last place that this needs to go to is YouTube. It's unlikely though because of who owns it, but that's where I'm hoping the last place where we're gonna see a free, you know, you just run free. Say what the fuck you want, please. I want that going forward. Anyway, this is the Zucks update on how he's going to approach content moderation on both Instagram and Facebook.
Hey everyone, I want to talk about something important today because it's time to get back to our roots around free expression on Facebook and Instagram. I started building social media to give people a voice. I gave a speech at Georgetown 5 years ago about the importance of protecting free expression, and I still believe this today. But a lot has happened over the last several years. There's been widespread debate about potential harms from online content. Governments and legacy media have pushed to censor more and more. A lot of this is clearly political, but there's also a lot of legitimately bad stuff out there. Drugs, terrorism, child exploitation. These are things that we take very seriously, and I want to make sure that we handle responsibly. So we built a lot of complex systems to moderate content. But the problem with complex systems is they make mistakes. Even if they accidentally censor just 1% of posts, that's millions of people. And we've reached a point where it's just too many mistakes and too much censorship. The recent elections also feel like a cultural tipping point towards once again prioritizing speech. So we're going to get back to our roots and focus on reducing mistakes, simplifying our policies, and restoring free expression on our platforms. More specifically, here's what we're going to do. First, we're going to get rid of fact checkers and replace them with community notes similar to X, starting in the US. After Trump first got elected in 2016, the legacy media wrote non-stop about how misinformation was a threat to democracy. We tried in good faith to address those concerns without becoming the arbiters of truth. But the fact checkers have just been too politically biased and have destroyed more trust than they've created, especially in the US. So over the next couple of months, we're going to phase in a more comprehensive community notes system. Second, we're going to simplify our content policies and get rid of a bunch of restrictions on topics like immigration and gender that are just out of touch with mainstream discourse. What started as a movement to be more inclusive has increasingly been used to shut down opinions and shut out people with different ideas. And it's gone too far. So I want to make sure that people can share their beliefs and experiences on our platforms.
Good.
Third, we're changing how we enforce our policies to reduce the mistakes that account for the vast majority of censorship on our platforms. We used to have filters that scanned for any policy violation. Now, we're going to focus those filters on tackling illegal and high-severity violations.
As they always should have been.
And for lower-severity violations,
as it always should have been,
we're going to rely on someone reporting an issue before we take
action. Easy.
The problem is that the filters make mistakes, and they take down a lot of content that they shouldn't. So by dialing them back, we're going to dramatically reduce the amount of censorship on our platforms. We're also going to tune our content filters to require much higher confidence before taking down content.
Thank God.
The reality is that this is a trade-off. It means we're going to catch less bad stuff, but we'll also reduce the number of innocent people's posts and accounts that we accidentally take down.
Thank God.
Fourth, we're bringing back civic content. For a while, the community asked to see less politics because it was making people stressed.
Yes, thank
God.
God.
So we stopped recommending these posts.
Thank God.
But it feels like we're in a new era now, and we're starting to get feedback that people want to see this content again. So we're going to start phasing this back into Facebook, Instagram, and Threads while working to keep the communities friendly and positive.
So more news. I don't want that.
We're going to move our trust and safety and content moderation teams out of California and our US-based content review is going to be based in Texas.
Oh.
As we work to promote free expression, I think that it will help us build trust to do this work in places where there is less concern about the bias of our teams. Finally,
if ever there was a move that was very politically motivated, that's it, innit? Moving the content moderation team from San Francisco to Texas. Woo! God damn, bro. We're gonna see him at a Trump rally soon, innit? We're gonna see this guy at a Trump rally very, very soon. Absolutely hilarious.
Finally, we're going to work with President Trump to push back on governments around the world that are going after American companies and pushing to censor more.
Good.
The US has the strongest constitutional protections for free expression in the world. Europe has an ever-increasing number of laws institutionalizing censorship and making it difficult to build anything innovative there.
Exactly.
Latin American countries have secret courts that can order companies to quietly take things down. China has censored our apps from even working in the country.
Jesus Christ.
The only way that we can push back on this global trend is with the support of the US government.
Hey,
USA! That's why it's been so difficult over the past 4 years when even the US government has pushed for censorship. By going after us and other American companies, it has emboldened other governments to go even further. But now we have the opportunity to restore free expression, and I am excited to take it.
Good.
It'll take time to get this right, and these are complex systems. They're never going to be perfect. There's also a lot of illegal...
Anyway, you get the gist of it. I think that's really good, man. I think it's really good. The problem is that this should have always been the case. I don't understand, like, I get it, but it's always been really disappointing why social media was so heavily politicized anyway, especially content moderation. Like, I never understood why on social media you couldn't say what you wanted, but then you expected the politicians to say what they wanted on platforms. It didn't make any sense. Like, surely the people, when they're speaking on these platforms, should be able to speak openly, especially if they're not insulting anybody, saying anything crazy. And then everybody else, you know, if you want to moderate them on certain platforms, fair enough, but these platforms are just highly skewed to one direction too. That's why I don't really mind the Twitter thing. As much as it's gone a bit crazy and it's a little bit too wild west on there now, I also don't mind the swing. Because for a moment, Twitter was way too much leaning on the left. So if you did say some things that were a little bit dicey, a little bit racy, then you were really unable to kind of have a platform on there or an account on there for a longest time. And now that's kind of skewed back the other way. Eventually it'll come back in the middle, but I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. I would rather, you know, most of these social media platforms be apolitical and just be places where you can just post content and not have any political leans whatsoever, which is kind of impossible because the people that run it have a lot of money, and most likely if you have a lot of money, you're going to want to influence local politics for the betterment of your company, blah, 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 blah. So inherently just through running a company, you're going to be somewhat political. But if they can't do that, then let's just make content moderation just flat across the board. As long as you don't say nothing illegal, let people rock. Let people fucking rock, man. And if it's really, really crazy, enough people report it, then you can assess it and take it down. That's how it should be anyway. That's how it always should be. It shouldn't be automatic. You say this and automatically your post gets taken down. Fuck all that shit. I'm happy to see this. More than happy to see this. And treating people on the internet or social media like adults and letting people to kind of do what they need to be done. And then if stuff is wrong, you are also trusting the responsible ones to report it and then go from there. No problem with that whatsoever. And like I said, I'm just hoping the next bastion, the next one to fall will be YouTube. It's unlikely though, but I'm hoping this kind of swing to the middle in terms of moderation, in terms of content, in terms of political shit, hoping it happens to YouTube because YouTube needs it more than anything. If we get a YouTube that's just flat and it allows both voices, like the raging lefties and the hardcore righties, to say what they want, I think we'd get far better content. Honestly, I swear to God. Like, we win. It doesn't have to all be monetized. Yes, some advertisers are going to leave. Fuck them. But I think across the board, we, the audience, will get far better content if the hardcore rights and the hardcore lefts are able to kind of say what they want within reason. That isn't illegal of those platforms. But at the moment, it's too much skewing on the left for me, YouTube. It's too much skewing on the left. And then it doesn't really allow other dissenting voices. Again, me personally, I don't really, you know, I like hearing both sides. You know, I like hearing the loopy ones on the far left and the loopy ones on the far right. And I can make my own mind up. I don't want them to kind of control who can say stuff. And I'm only getting fed a certain narrative or a certain point of view. No. Let me make my own mind up, motherfucker. Let me make my own mind up. So, let it all run. If it's going to happen, unlikely. Unlikely, but I hope it does. I hope it really, really does. I really, really do. Next on the list, we got this courtesy of Hypebeast regarding Technics making in-ear headphones. I thought this might have been the first. I've never actually seen this before. I'm actually surprised. This is actually a missed opportunity. Technics obviously are the pioneers and world famous for the 1210s, the vinyl turntables, but they never translated that over to CDJs, which I never understood why. So the turntables are legendary, right? The 1210s, everybody knows those, but you don't really get. I don't think a Technics CDJ exists, which don't really make any sense because those are like a DJ staple. They're a music industry staple, but they don't have headphones of the same level as 1210s. They don't have CDJs and they don't have noise cancelling headphones, which I think is really three things. That's a big miss that they could easily kill on to build on that legacy, to build on that brand, to build on that heritage. Have like a legit fucking, world famous pair of DJ headphones or studio headphones, world famous, world regarded noise cancellation in-ears, and a CDJ would kill it. Imagine having a whole booth full of like a Technics mixer, Technics CDJs, Technics vinyl turntables. You don't have that. Now you have Pioneer turntables, Pioneer CDJs, and turntable and Pioneer mixer, which is really odd. Anyway, this is a picture of them. It comes in a silver case, which is really nice. I'm not sure if that's silver metal or something. Hopefully it is. That'll give it a real nice feel. And then it's got this embossed Technics logo on the middle in gold. And then it's also got the same on the earbuds. The earbuds look really nice, to be fair. Nice circular design. It looks like you can take off the tips because my ears are a bit, weird shaped on the inside anyway. So, and plus I always like to use foam tips on my earphones. So I think you can replace the tips on there and put little foam tips if need be to get them to fit a bit more snugly. So it's got a case similar to what you get with an AirPod, and both of the Technics AirPods fit in there nice. There's also a really nice like circular design here. So as you touch it, I guess maybe that's harken back to the vinyl thing. Or maybe one side is one side you could touch. Maybe that's why. Maybe one side is a button and one side isn't a button. So that's probably why you've got this kind of like circular design, that these rings on the side there. And then of course it also comes in black. Oh, the black pair is nice, isn't it? It also comes in black. Oh, I'm not sure which one's the nicer colorway. The silver or the black. The black case with the gold letters. That is really fucking nice. I love those. Those look really fucking cool. Let's see some information regarding this. Technics earbuds. Technics, a trusted name in high quality audio for 60 years, has once again set a new benchmark for the latest innovation. The EHAZ-A100 True Wireless Earbuds. Launched in CS 2025, these cutting edge earbuds blend advanced technology with sleek designs. At the core of the EHAZ-100 is a revolutionary magnetic fluid driver, a first for wireless earbuds. Borrowed from the renowned Technics TZ700. This proprietary technology delivers ultra clean, high resolution sound and minimal distortion. The aluminium diaphragm ensures rich, detailed bass, while Dolby Atmos support creates an expansive and immersive soundstage. Communication is elevated with the voice focused AI, which integrates. Oh, people love fucking AI and everything. AI. The AZ100 pairs in a premium sound quality with impressive endurance, offering up to 10 hours of playback. Decent, isn't it? For wireless earbuds, 10 hours of playback is pretty decent. With single charge and a total of 20 hours with a charging case. Convenience is further enhanced with the QI wireless charging for hassle-free charging, staying with a true Panasonic commitment style. It's going to be, you're going to pay for it though. You're going to pay for it. Available in sophisticated silver and black finishes, the EHAZ-100 True Wireless Earbuds are priced at $300. God damn. They're going to make you pay for it though. They're fucking beautiful. They're really flipping nice. And I want the silver pair or the black pair right now. But for $300? Oh, that's tough. That is tough, innit? Because I swear even AirPod Maxes, no? I said they're not that much from Apple. That is crazy expensive, innit? I'm not too sure if that, I don't know. I don't know, man. They're really fucking nice though. Especially how they're designed. That circular design, the Technics logo on the side. These are fucking fire, but $300. Oof. I don't know. Let's see. Continuing on, we got this courtesy of Denims Tears, courtesy of Hypebeast. Denims Tears featuring V's. Big up V's. One of my favorite rappers coming up as well. Denims Tears kicks off with a new winter collection. So I guess this is part of the winter collection. I don't think it's the whole thing because it's only 8 looks here. I'm sure this is part of the winter collection. Let's see what they've got here. Part of the winter collection, you got this long sleeve with that flag they like to use that says Denims Tears here in red and black, which is quite cool. There's a top here that has what looks like an all-over print of a dollar on it or something. That looks pretty nice as well. And there's a beanie that's got like a graphic of fire with money burning. Oh, sorry. It actually looks like it's a beanie that's got money signs or money notes covered around it, but there's fire engulfing it. Okay, that's what it looks like. Huh. Don't get me wrong, it looks a little bit 3D. It looks a bit like, what's that thing called? DTG, directed garment printed. I'm sure it's not. Maybe it's a bit more high quality. Doesn't look the best though. It looks a bit naff. I like the long sleeve. The long sleeve with that top is with that flag which says Denims Tears on it is really cool. That's actually a really cool flip to make that flag your own. Instead of having the stars and stripes, you have Denims Tears in green here, where the stars would be, and you have Denims Tears again written there in black and red to represent the stripes. I think it's a really cool idea. I'm not mad at that, but that beanie looks a bit cheap, in my personal opinion. Oh, I love that. Yes, finally they're doing down jackets. Okay, now my dick's getting hard. Now my dick's getting hard. I like this. This down jacket that's got the fucking Denims Tears cotton reefs embossed in it is really fucking cool. I actually like this design because it almost feels like a LV monogram, you know? The LV monogram, it can kind of look a bit gaudy when it's always in a contrasting color. I feel like with the Denims Tears cotton reef, it can also look a bit too gaudy when it's also always in a contrasting color or like a white. But when you do this in a sort of embossing type of print here thing, this is really cool because you still know what it is if you know, but you don't know. You don't have to have it. You don't have to have it be so obvious and, you know, right up in your face. And there's also the same T-shirt too. Well, I like Vita's jewelry. He's got really nice jewelry here. But this T-shirt is really nice as well. It's another one with the money burning and shit. I'm sure there's some sort of link with that. There's a hat here that's kind of reminding me of like Rastafarian thing or something. Haile Selassie. I don't know why. When I see this hat, I think of Haile Selassie. Don't know why I think of that, but that's the emoji thing that comes to mind. I'm sure there's something in it, but I think it's pretty cool as well. I don't mind the snapback. The tracksuit too. So there's a tracksuit here again, covered in dollars, engulfed in flames. Again, I'm not too fond of it. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe I got to see it in full, but I don't really like it. I don't know. I don't really like it. Oh, that's a nice jacket. Look at that. That's a really nice jacket. That's like a base. Is that like a bomber? That's like a bomber jacket, a satin bomber jacket. Satin or maybe silk, I'm not too sure. You've got the green and red flag on there. And then it looks like it's got some circular dots around it. That's really nice. That jacket is really hard, actually. That's actually a really new piece, and that's really fucking nice. That jacket is really fucking nice. I ain't mad at that jacket in the slightest. I want to see the full image of it too. That tracksuit's probably this is a better tracksuit. This tracksuit has got the money, burning money thing, the illustration. That's a really cool tracksuit. I ain't mad at that in the slightest. Oh, that's actually a nice jacket too. Very Supreme, this one. This hooded denim jacket thing, this hooded denim bomber is very Supreme, but I really do like the design of that also. And oh, okay, now we're talking. He's got gloves too. All right, now we're talking. Are those Denims Tears gloves? Those gloves and this tracksuit. Okay, now we're talking. This is like it looks like a snowball jacket. Not too sure if it is. I'm not sure if that's camo, if that's another fire print. But these are really fucking hard. So it looks like it's all red. You've got some big cargo pockets here on the side of the pants. They've got some nice grey line, a nice little grey bar around the edge. And then you've got this anorak rain jacket thing you've got here as well. That maybe has taped zips and a nice squeeze here. Nice harnesses and zips here where you can squeeze the hood. And bits where you can squeeze the middle as well and make it a little bit cinched. But this is really fucking cool. I like this. This is really fucking cool. I like this a lot. I like this a lot. And then you've also got the same print on a long sleeve. It says DT 1619, which I also love. Yeah, I'm not too mad at this. Oh, I'm not mad at this. Don't get me wrong. Maybe the timing isn't the greatest, you know? Don't get me wrong. Maybe the timing is not the greatest with everything going on in California. You know how people get sensitive online, you know? But again, he wasn't to know this. But you know how people get sensitive online. They're going to start crying and moaning about this sort of shit. I don't think he actually knew. I'm pretty sure. He was not doing this on purpose. But it does look pretty cool. I don't like the beanie. I like the long sleeve. That jumper or long sleeve looks pretty decent. This jacket, it looks really hard. That hat I really like, but I don't think it fit my head. But the jacket, this leather down jacket is fucking harder than hard. This tracksuit, I love the idea behind it, but the execution I don't think is all that good. All over print, I'm not too fond of that with the fire thing. It's a little bit kiddish, a little bit infantile for me. This jacket is fucking hard. This satin bomber thing is really, really cool. And this tracksuit too, the white one. This is the one that I'd wear. This white tracksuit is fucking hard. That's really, really fucking cool. And as is this denim hooded thing. And of course, this look number 7, that full tracksuit. I'd wear the fuck out of that full tracksuit. That full tracksuit is so good. So let's see what we got here. Any more images? What did it say here? Then Tremaine and Ray found the collection is okay. Cool. There's a video too. There's a video. Let's see the video. What's Vives saying in the video? Let's check out the video quickly here. What's he saying?
Wrong place, wrong time. I'm gonna put these niggas money under the light. It might be counterfeit. Word down ass nigga like we watching college game. Give us whole college shirt. Make her do white college game. I dropped out of college, but Jan Dame ain't signed me. As soon as they kept and got me, seem like we start robbing. I can't say I want that nigga free. I don't know if he talk. If doggy say he want that smoke with me, I bet I horse. You see me with that hoe, it's intercourse. Yeah, of course. My look like a movie, like 4 brothers shoot the court up. My little bitches gotta have these Benzes or a Porsche. I don't drink no coffee when it's Starbucks for an ice cup. Spend it then, sounded at the bed, leaving my stuff. I need every penny that I'm owed like the IRA. And you better get a fucking vest, they got hair protect. Gang gang.
You know what? I changed my mind on the tracksuit. Now I've seen him wear it. Now I've seen it in motion. I changed my mind on the tracksuit. I think the flame, the dollar bill or the dollars engulfed in flame tracksuit is kind of hard. I'm not gonna lie, it is kind of hard. I take it back. It does look really good. I still don't like the beanie. I don't think it works on the beanie. I like the tracksuit in general. The whole sweatsuit thing is fucking hard. I'm not gonna lie. That sweatsuit is harder than hard. And is he got flames on his Timbs as well? Is that part of the collection? I don't know if the collection is well part of Timbs, but I think it's really hard. I'm a fan now. I'm a fan. I take it all back. I like the all over print flame sweatsuit thing. I think that's really fucking hard. What else have we got on the Instagram here? Anything new? You saw the tracksuit. Oh, okay. So this is the down jacket, right? That's the down jacket. The down jacket is really fucking cool. Okay. Oh no, that's another one. It's a sofa leather puffer. Oh, that's hard. That's really fucking hard. That leather puffer sofa thing. That's really fucking cool. I'm not mad at that in the slightest. Cool. I ain't mad at that one moment. And of course you've got this. What's this one? This one. Okay. You got another jacket. Look at that jacket. Oh, that jacket's kind of hard. That kind of reminds me of, is that Healy Hansen, isn't it? It kind of reminds me of Healy Hansen. It's like a Healy Hansen flip. This black and yellow jacket is fucking hard. Okay, he's kind of back now. I'm feeling it. He's kind of back. No coincidence, by the way, isn't it? The time that Tremaine stops talking online, no more interviews, no more, unnecessary comments. Focus on the work. We're now getting good stuff again. You love to see it. This jacket is really hard. This black and yellow jacket with the Denims Tears embroidery on the collar here. It kind of, it's giving me Healy Hansen. It's giving me Fubu. I like it with the contrasting zip. I'm not sure if this is reversible or if this is just the 2 different style of jackets. But if it is reversible, it's extra hard. If it's not, it's still very, very hard. Yeah, I like it. I like it. This is much better. This is much, much better. Big up Denims Tears. Should be all available on the 10th of January. So check it out. It's tomorrow. Check it out. And obviously at their store as well. African Diaspora Goods on Spring Street. So check it out. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. What else we got here I want to talk about? Oh yeah, let's talk about Kanye. Kanye went on a very explicit rant against Adidas and against Jerry Lorenzo. Kind of, really confirming some things that we already knew, and just giving us some insights on maybe some future products that we might be able to see from Ye coming forward in the near future. So this is courtesy of Kanye's official Instagram account. He says the following in the caption. In the post itself, he's got a screenshot that shows a screenshot of him on his phone, and I guess he was searching for Yeezy. But then when you search Yeezy on your phone, the first thing that comes up is Adidas and Yeezys, then his own site at the bottom. So he posts the following screenshot, and the caption reads as this: when you Google Yeezy.com, the Adidas site comes up before Yeezy site members at Adidas. Sorry, let me say that again, because he doesn't put any periods or full stops on when he writes. When you Google Yeezy.com, the Adidas site comes up before Yeezy site members at Adidas. Stop doing this. Stop doing your moves to hold me back. Our partnership is done. You're a $60 billion company that froze my accounts. Now I'm back on my feet. No pun intended. And I'm not going to stand for this. No pun again. I did phenomenal work for you guys, and because I stood up for myself, y'all tried to intimidate and oppress me. Everyone remembers I had major issues with Adidas because of the designs theft and the oppressions before the tweet. Side note, y'all know Jerry was corny and disloyal for doing work with Adidas after the way that they handled things. I still showed up to his show that was a copy of my Hollywood Bowl show, being the so-called bigger man. But I'm never doing that again for no one. It's Yeezy over everyone. Yeezy over everything that ever took place. Everyone that ever took a picture next to me that had their own clothing lines and agendas, everyone knows they're acting like they were my friend to promote their weak-ass fake Yeezy lines. I think he's sending shots at Denims Tears there, by the way. They never wanted to truly work for the king. They wanted to use the king to get paid more. They would get paid anywhere else, but be yes man and be happy for any time they didn't accomplish what we were working towards. Now they banished no more hugs. No more hugs. That's funny. Yeezy over everything. I'm not here as a platform for anyone else. I'm here to dominate as I always have. The Yeezy $20 sale or $20 price is burning the game out to the ground. Again, another fire reference. Leaving only Yeezy left. Everyone knows the cost in luxury fashion are way more marked up, and I should never ever wore those Prada sunglasses. The Yeezy.com site made $100 million last year, and that was with only being up for 6 months. I took the site down for 6 months to get control over my Shopify accounts. People wanted to make me believe that I couldn't do this on my own. We sold over 1 million pairs of pods, and I've been working on the 10 other styles for the past 2 years. It's Yeezy for the people. Everything else was in the way. If there were grammatical errors, as always, rewrite in the comments and I'll update. Thank you. Whew. A lot said there by Ye. A lot said there. First of all, let's go through. It is pretty crazy that despite Adidas coming out and being very forthright, being very aggressive with how they broke ties with Ye, due to what he tweeted and the things that he was saying during that time, that they are still actively promoting and pushing Yeezys. Because it felt like they were going to just like terminate the deal. We're done with you. Whatever stock we got left, we're going to sell it. We're going to take off all the branding. Remember, that was the thing. They were going to sell the rest of the styles left, and they owned all the IP. They're just going to take off the branding. Then I think Ye sued them and they can't do that anymore. But it felt like they just wanted to be rid of this guy. Because it's a difference of approach between how Adidas had treated Ye and how Gap did. I think Ye did the same thing he did at Adidas with the Gap people. But whoever owns Gap didn't stand for it. They cut him off completely, and you haven't heard a whimper. You haven't heard a little nothing out of Gap again when it comes to reworking with Ye again. Whatever leftover stock they had, they've sold or burned. They don't give a fuck about the guy anymore. But with Adidas, it always felt like there's always been a little bit of a regret about cutting the deal off with him. I feel like they regretted it. Even this new CEO, I think, that's taken over, I think he said in interviews that he would have preferred to keep Ye, and he's like a generational talent, all that from Larky. But I think a lot of those guys felt like they were a bit hasty. Maybe they listened too much to the to the public and the counterculture thing, and they probably were too quick to get rid of Ye in all intents and purposes. So I feel like if that's the case, that's why we're seeing what we're seeing. But if you're Ye and you're working on this new shit, you got the old Yeezy coming out now, you're going a whole different direction, you got this different price structure, different approach to dropping clothes, blah 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 blah. Then I can understand why he's feeling really aggrieved that when you go and try and check for Yeezys, the first thing that comes up is Adidas. But to give Adidas a little bit of credit, they are responsible for making him a multi-billionaire. If he didn't link up with Adidas, I don't think Ye becomes a billionaire he is now. Being able to produce at that level, being given an entire line under Adidas and being given access to their productions, their means of production, their means of manufacturing is what allowed him to be a multi-millionaire. So I can understand, and obviously that was a big, even though it's for a short time, Yeezy's going to be forever tied to Adidas, their history. It's like he's never going to be able to dissociate himself from Adidas because of the time it happened and the impact it's had on culture. So if they do have leftover stock, I can understand why they're trying to get rid of it as best they can by making sure they're in the highest point of the fucking search algorithm. Because I'd imagine a lot of this stuff too on Google is based on, you have to pay for this stuff. I'd imagine, like with all things. I'm sure if you want to get your company to be further up in the listings on Google, if you pay money, you can do that. So I'm assuming Adidas also have the funds to make sure that happens. So in that case, if Ye does want his site to come up higher, just pay it. But he probably doesn't want to pay it, which I understand too. Continuing on. The thing that always surprised me about the whole thing with Ye and Yeezy, the breakup, was how they managed to freeze his bank accounts. I could never understand how that made sense and why that wasn't illegal. Like, how were they able to freeze his bank accounts when he had a disagreement or there was a breach in contract? I don't understand it. Like, how did they have access to his bank account? Like, it makes no fucking sense. They legit froze his accounts. I think it was a Wells Fargo, it was one of them accounts. It was like, huh? How are they freezing your bank accounts? Like, maybe they can freeze a payment. If they're due to pay him a royalty, a fee, fair enough. They reverse it. But how are they freezing your bank account? That was insane. And I think if I'm not mistaken, Ye being Ye, by the way, like, he says what he says and with no regrets, but he pissed off the wrong person. If I'm not mistaken, the one person he pissed off at Adidas, also their wife is a board member at like one of these banks. Like Bank of America, Wells Fargo, whichever one Ye was banking with at the time. So he pissed off the guy that was at Adidas. And then obviously the woman, who's the wife of the man, got angry too. And I guess maybe put in a word and got his bank accounts also frozen. Absolutely crazy work from Ye. But in the end, he got where he needs to go to. The thing that's really just sad is what he says about Jerry Lorenzo. So if you remember, when Jerry Lorenzo launched his line with Adidas, he did like a collection. Let's see, I think it's Jerry Lorenzo. Let's do Jerry Lorenzo, Fear of God, Adidas, right? There was a presentation that he did that was very similar to what Ye did when he was working on, was it St. Pablo or wherever it was with Yeezy? So he did a very similar presentation. Let's see if we can find it. I forgot what the show was. And at the time when he did it, I did think to myself, like, Ye must not be happy with this, right? There's no way Ye's going to be happy with this Adidas basketball presentation thing that he's doing. There we go. Yeah, Hollywood Bowl. Let's see. Hollywood Bowl. But I guess at the time we didn't know because Ye's face was covered. But this is the show that he did. And he had all the models walking, basically copying what Kanye did at the Hollywood Bowl as well himself, with Young Thug and Ian Collin, all those guys. He had his presentation that was very reminiscent of what Kanye did before. But, you know, he did help out. I think he was there styling, or he was just there watching the show and shit. But I guess now that we know that Ye was never happy about going there, and he felt it was corny anyway, that Jerry Lorenzo would work with Adidas considering how they did him. Which I think is a bit unfair to expect that kind of loyalty from people when you don't do the same thing to them, you know, or for them. And I also don't think he did it out of spite to spite Ye. I just think he took the deal because the Nike thing fell through. I still think Jerry Lorenzo and Fear of God work way better under Nike. I feel like he produced way better work under Nike and would have produced way better work. It's a shame he couldn't extend what he did there with other models. But I think it's a bit unfair for Ye to go at Jerry Lorenzo like that personally. But who knows what's going on behind the scenes. But I do like the fact that he's saying that how he's realized now that a lot of people around him, he always says this, by the way, and I don't think it's going to happen because I think just fundamentally, Ye has a really big heart. It doesn't seem like it, but I do think he's a really caring person. And, you know, when it comes to like design and shit, he just wants to help people out. So this thing of saying, oh, I'm not going to give people hugs anymore, no more free promo, I don't think that's true. I think he's always looking for the best and brightest talent to help him, you know, achieve his dreams so he can help them achieve theirs. So with that being the case, you're always going to attract some people who are going to take advantage of you. So I don't think there's ever going to be a stop to that, unfortunately, because his heart's too big in that regard. It's just a shame that us as fans, we keep seeing this fair. It's obvious we keep seeing it. We know who the people are, but he doesn't seem to be noticing it. But someone as smart as him, he seems to get, you know, scammed and hustled by his friends quite often, and taken advantage of, which is kind of what it is. But in this regard, the really encouraging thing for us, for those of us who are fans of Ye, is the fact that he's working on new designs. Because something I've been really disappointed by, especially with the end of the Adidas line or the Adidas partnership, is that we don't really get any more Yeezys now, right? They're basically ended. No more new silhouettes, no more shapes. And me being a bit of a sneakerhead, one of the things that I loved about Yeezy, even though I didn't like all the models, was at least he was trying to give us new shapes, new silhouettes, new forms, new structures, new drops, new fits, new whatever. So we don't get that no more. That's why we're flooded with fucking retros and copies of New Balances. So at least now we're knowing that he's actually thinking or working on 10 new projects, 10 new shapes, 10 new models. I'm really encouraged going forward, because as much as I didn't like the fucking pods, I did think they offered something interesting and new, and put it out there into the market, and people kind of responded well to it. Obviously, the price structure he's got now at the moment is really also really cool. And as well, I'm also liking, although it's a bit simplistic, I guess, it may be in how it looks, I am liking what he's doing with Yeezy in terms of having these capsule collections that he's dropping whenever, having Gosha do most of the designing, and then having it be like an exploration of like trying to make the perfect tee, the perfect muscle tee, the perfect hoodie, the perfect rain jacket, the perfect trench coat, the perfect sweatpant, like just doing the same styles but kind of tweaking them as you go and having them all priced at $20. I think in the UK they're like £17 each. Is really fucking cool too. Simplifies everything, makes it all nice and easy, and you know, I don't mind it in the slightest. I really fucking don't. So big up Ye for doing that. The Shopify thing is a bit weird though. I wonder what's happening with the Shopify thing. He said to get back control of his Shopify. I wonder what that's about. Does he mean somebody hacked his Shopify? You have to shut it down? Does it mean Shopify themselves were refusing to let him have access to his own Shopify? Like, I wonder what that's all about. But yeah, because I'm assuming that backend must look crazy. If what he's saying is true, and he did sell $100 million worth of product last year, that's fucking insane. But if that is true, then you must that backend shop of his Shopify must look crazy. The sales numbers must be insane. So it probably is a good thing that he took it down and has now got full control of what he's doing. And like he said, it probably is satisfying to see now that you can do everything yourself. You don't really need these partnerships. You don't need them anymore. You can just set up your own Shopify, have your own means to manufacture and production. Obviously have partners to work on with those type of things, but you don't really need any more front-facing partners. You can just do it all on your own, be self-sufficient, put out your styles, put out your impression, your ideas, your design, whatever it may be, and let people respond how they want to respond to it. I quite like it. I quite like it. So check it out at Yeezy.com actually. And obviously if you want to check out the post himself, you can check it out on Ye's Instagram account, which is /YE. Let's check his Instagram. What's this again? Another post here. What post he's got gone here? What's it? 530. Is this a new post? What's this about? What's 530? Is this a new track? Yo, big up Apex Putter. Appreciate you for the donor, brother. Big up Apex Putter. Apex Putter for the donor. Appreciate you.
5:30, the car missing. No text backs or call misses. I feel like we all victims.
It's a new tune.
Nights been getting long. Drunk testing, I should not do Patron. I hop on the phone, turn the music up, got in my zone. Drunk texting, I should probably Supertron. Had to do wrong, order to do you right. You gotta go through in order to give advice. It's the price of the litty nights. I know the liquor hitting. Why when somebody break your heart, it help fix your vision. If you fall in love with a demon or a diva, pray your soulmate got a soul when you meet her. The crystal ball couldn't tell me if they'll leave again. Problems too extra large to share with a medium. We fight not for flesh and blood on this level. And devil's advocate is advocating for the devil. And love is all draining and stop. It's all fading. We used to be secretive, but now it's all blatant. It's all just lost, ain't it? Watching it all cave in. We the topic of conversation. 5:30, the car missing. No texting, just call missing. We fighting, you won't listen. You right, we both tripping. It's game time. Matter of fact, it's yay time. The past year been a strange time. Visitations on FaceTime. And who gon' break whose heart first? Always just breaks mine. Looking for blessings that God'll hand me. I'm trying to just raise a family. Somebody should raise the nanny. I'm trying to leave you alone, but that last text was courtesy of Patron. 5:30, the car missing. Emotions is all distance. No text, just call missing. We fighting, you won't listen. You right, we both tripping.
Allegedly, this is the AI music video too. This is an AI music video. I'm reading now on Twitter. And the reference of the dolls is from Paul McCartney's Dolls or something like that.
5:30, the car missing. Is this what you call distance? Throwing stones in a glass prison. Cussed me out at our last visit. Mad dizzy, we drunk, past limit. You tripping in public, that's bad business. We crash out, but you calling it passionate. You want the whole thing, but you scream when I'm half in it. We too much for us, everybody except for us. I don't know what's left of us. Why the devil keep testing us? Tryna write what's left of us. Tryna write what's left of us. Fix the wire connecting us. I agree with the Reddit subs. Everything they read it was. Everything they said it was. Number one, you bet it was. Better not forget it was. Either way, we get it done. You know it was, you know it is, you know the kid, you know we did, yeah for sure it is. 10-10, there's a high chance she gon' go with it, she gon' fuck with it. Sip aside, I'ma go again, I'ma break the walls, we be going in. Pump, pump, yeah the old man got a folding up, got a screaming, I can't take it, I can't take it. You a fake bitch, you don't really love Ye, go listen to Drake, bitch. You ain't really dedicated like it take, bitch. Go listen to Lil Baby, go listen to Future, bitch. First off, you don't think about your future, bitch. Your fault, what you thought that we was, know that is. Hella miles on it, what I'm supposed to do with this? Hella miles on it, what I'm supposed to do with this? You don't turn no rappers down, you always say yes. You don't really love Ye, go listen to Drake, bitch. You don't love Dolla Sign, listen to Luther, bitch. Listen to Lil Baby, listen to Future, bitch. I hope your future baby daddy is a fugitive. King Sucio, I don't never love these hoes. You don't love Ye, you love money bag, yo. You don't love Ye, you love money bag, yo. Money mad folk, you a fake bitch. Don't listen to Abel, better yet listen to Drake, bitch. Listen to Lil Baby, go listen to Baby.
Okay, pretty good. I really enjoyed that. I really flipping enjoyed that. There's actually an update on here. Maybe I should check it out. Was it Good Ass Sub in it, right? Good. Let's just check out Good Ass Sub. Was it good? I say good. They said the name Good Ass Sub. I think they've got the update on here. Is that the name? Good Ass Sub. Good Ass Sub. I think they've got the update on here. Let's see if I've got this right. Hope it's nothing crazy. Is it Good Ass Sub? Is it the one I need? Yeah, Good Ass Sub. Cool. So be up Good Ass Sub, home of all the Ye news and shit. If you want to get there, they usually post all the stuff and give us an update. So that song is called 530, and I think I saw a post on it that said something about it being AI. Yeah, there we go. So this is 530. The song dropped last night. Did the vocals sound different? They're saying that the music video was made in AI. Okay, it doesn't look like it. It looks pretty cool. It doesn't look as janky. Most AI videos look kind of janky, but if this was actually made using AI, this is really good. Yeah, this is really good if it was usually made with AI. Doesn't look as janky, innit? Like there's not, you know, that's pretty cool. And it says here, Paul McCartney's sculptures were 100% used as reference for the AI music videos. These are Paul McCartney. Oh, Paul McCarthy. I thought it was Paul McCartney. This is Paul McCarthy, a contemporary artist called Paul McCarthy. I guess he makes sculptures, and they do look very familiar to the masks that some of the women were wearing in that particular music video. So yeah, really cool. They're kind of melting and morphing and, you know, eating each other and shit. It's kind of like Jeff. It almost looks like a bizarro version of Jeff Koons, isn't it? That's what his work looks like. This Paul McCarthy person, bizarro Jeff Koons. But I do like some of this stuff. So I'm assuming Ye probably saw this somewhere at some gallery, got inspired, and that's what led to the music video that we heard there. And then another update, actually, there's an update here regarding the Adidas stuff. Look at the update. Oh my god, look what's happened here. Wow. I guess Ye ranting on public definitely worked. Adidas has removed all mentions of Yeezy off their website. When selecting images to their news, in regards to the previous Yeezy news, the news articles have been wiped. So everything is gone. No more Yeezy on Adidas website anymore. So I guess it works, man. Ranting online sometimes, throwing a hissy fit, throwing a tantrum with these big corporations can work because a lot of bad scrutiny, a lot of bad vibes and whatever else online, people can get upset at them and then they acquiesce. So they were selling all the Yeezy stuff on their website for free, but now when you type it in, it doesn't come up anymore. And it's only, the slides are gone as well. And if you go and search Adidas on the website, it's all gone. Wow, so it worked. Also, when searching for Yeezy products on Adidas website on mobile, it redirects you to the main page showing you product not found. Wow. All mentions of Yeezys have been completely wiped from Adidas. So now it's finally over. All it took was Ye ranting online, and now they've done it. The image of the Yeezy slides has also been removed. So yeah. So no Yeezy slides anymore. So when you type in Yeezys, it just comes at Adidas, but there's no mention of anything else there. That's pretty cool. Big up Ye, man. Big up fucking Ye. Love to see it. Love to see it. That's why sometimes ranting and complaining and moaning online can sometimes work. It can sometimes work. Okay, moving on. We got Born and Raised playoff ready collaboration with NFL here. RIP to the guy who passed away from Born and Raised. I forgot his actual name. I think it was last year, innit? So it's whenever I see the brand, I always think of him. But they're still going strong, still putting out some good gear here and there, or some great gear, let's say. Obviously a lot of it is, you know, stoked in LA culture and shit. You got the Raiders stuff as well here, but I think this is really cool. Born and Raised LA, what's that? Born and Raised NFL collaboration, which is a pretty big look for them, you'd imagine. being a smallest streetwear brand having an official collaboration with the NFL is a big fucking deal. I'm assuming it has to do with the Super Bowl, right? Because I think there's a LA team playing in it. Again, I don't know nothing about NFL. Please don't kill me. But I think that's probably the reason why they collaborated with them. But still, really cool collaboration. You've got some long sleeves, some t-shirts. The long sleeve is really fucking cool. This one here with the Born and Raised on the back. LA Dodgers, I guess, logo here, and Los Angeles Rams. Wow, I love that. I'm not mad at that in the slightest. You've also got this really nice tee. Viva Los Rams. That's really fucking cool. Born and Raised here on the back again on the t-shirt. This t-shirt, this hoodie. Oh, this hoodie this girl's wearing is super hard. I love that graphic. I love that fucking graphic. That Born and Raised logo there. But I guess, I don't know, I guess I forgot what other team that does have the star there. But was it the Dallas Cowboys or Dallas Cowboys with the star? So I guess, yeah. So I guess it's the Dallas Cowboys with the LA Rams in the NFL Super Bowl. This is probably why they did this collaboration, but it's really fucking cool. The sweatpants is included as well. Yeah, good lookbook, man. Good lookbook. Good branding. It's all teams. It's not just the main teams. It's all teams. There's ones here for the Chiefs in red, Born and Raised on one side, Kansas City, the Chiefs on the other side. There's one for the Eagles also there. That Eagle logo is fucking hard as fuck. I'd wear the fuck out of that as well. That's really fucking cool. Another one too with the San Francisco 49ers. You really cool. Yeah, man, that Pittsburgh Steelers too. The only thing I'd say maybe is that maybe you don't need to have the names of the teams written again. You already got the Born and Raised logo and you've got the team logo. You don't need to have the team's name written on the bottom, you know? It's a bit excessive, I think. Maybe you do without that, but you know, maybe it still works. And of course, you got the LA Raiders hoodie. That LA Raiders hoodie in the black and white is maybe the hardest thing in the collection. This one here, especially with the stripes on the wrists as well. This is really fucking hard. I like that. I like that a lot. I like that a lot, actually. I'm not mad at that as well. And the slightest one that's going to be coming out. Titled The Fourth Quarter, the collection features a section of wardrobe staples, including t-shirts, sweatshirts, sports jackets, and the NFL logos highlighting the NFL playoffs. Babbly boom. The main features of it's available now. You can purchase it now. Born and Raised NFL Fourth Quarter collections available right now if your heart so desires. We also got some posts here courtesy of Gentle Monsters for their 2025 bedazzled eyewear line. I don't mind the Gentle Monsters eyewear and stuff that they do, but whenever I see their stuff, I'm thinking to myself like, this stuff won't age well, innit? It's very like in the moment. It's very like wherever people want now in terms of styles, the whole Y2K thing. It's very in the moment. People are going to be loving this sort of stuff, but I feel like some of their glasses, some of their shapes, some of their styles, they're really not going to age well. Not in the slightest, you know. Like, why would you like? Could you imagine yourself wearing these sunglasses with these pearls, with these diamonds, like in 10 years' time? Really? I don't know. It looks very much in the moment, very much now. Not the most timeless in design in the world, and very gaudy unnecessarily so. You know, maybe this is that probably might be the best one there. This black pair is probably the best one with this diamond on the side. But these spud glasses are probably my favorite I've seen so far. But the rest of them are a little bit too trendy, a little bit too on the nose for me. Gentle Monsters, the campaign stars Japanese actress Sina Nakajima, sporting the Biju D02 and the Briole 02 frames on two separate looks. Alongside the campaign visuals, the concept of the short film is also being dropped. The video features Nakajima on a rooftop as she makes a fateful encounter with herself. She is then transported into a dreamlike state. Is this a video? Yeah, she's lip-syncing herself in the video. Nice to see. Biggest fan of yourself is you. Nobody more sexy than yourself. Tears running down her face. Gentle Monster jewelry. Boom. There you go. Oh, good tune. She transforms. New set of glasses. She's floating now. She's loving the vibe. The diamonds, the pearls. Don't know what she's saying. I think it's Japanese. Drones. Pearls. There we go. Vibe. Visuals, dare I say the visuals are cooler than the actual sunglasses. Dare I say the visuals are actually way cooler than the sunglasses. I'm not going to lie. That promo bit of material is pretty cool. The sunglasses, not so much. But yeah, fair play. Big up her, big up Gentle Monsters. Available on the 10th of January, sorry. Check it out if you're that way inclined. Next, we got this news courtesy of Hypebeast regarding why Project officially closing down. This is pretty gnarly news, I'm not going to lie. After 14 years, the Paris-based brand is ceasing operation since it failed to find a buyer. More proof that in fashion, or just in life in general, sometimes all that glitters isn't gold. I thought White Project was a really good brand. Obviously, Glenn Martins is doing stellar work there, so much so that he got snapped up by Diesel and essentially has reinvented Diesel, giving Diesel a whole new lease of life. But it seems like White Project, the brand that's been heralded by all the fashion critics, and which is probably the biggest. That's probably the biggest sign that you're not going to make it long term, is if all the fashion critics are on your nuts. If all the journalists, if all the fashion Twitter people, if all the influencers and shit love sucking you off, then it's probably a sign that you're not selling well. You have to have a good balance of like having critics like you, but also being able to sell actual products in store. Because I felt incorrectly, because it was so well talked about, because I liked what I saw visually from what they did, that they were just, inevitably selling products. But I guess they wasn't, because you don't close down unless you're not selling. It's not bad business, not anything. It's just whatever reason, his clothes are not being able to be sold as much as other brands. Not sure if it's pricing, not too sure if it's availability, not too sure what it is, but I'm actually surprised. I'm not gonna lie, I'm really surprised, because I still think Glenn Martins is an incredibly talented designer, and always loved seeing his shows, presentations for White Project during Paris Fashion Week, and it's gonna be a big, big loss to fashion in general that White Project is no more. Let's read the article. Paris-based fashion house White Project is officially ceasing operation. In a statement to WWD, the company announced after 14 fruitful years, White Project has made the challenging decision to stop operations. The news comes after the brand had failed to find a buyer since going on sale last year. The brand is looking for a potential buyer following Glenn Martin's departure as White Project's creative director and the death of the founder, Giles Elof. Oh yeah, sorry, he left and I forgot about that. True. He left overall. I forgot about that. He left recently, didn't he? So Glenn Martin left White Project, and they're trying to find some. Okay, cool. That might explain why they've gone under. But that's not good as well, isn't it? Your brand basically ceasing operation because one creative director left is not a good sign that your brand is doing good stuff, isn't it? White Project was founded by Gilles Giles, how you say his name? Gilles Ilalouf, and the late Johan Serfati. Following Gilles' death, the brand was placed in the reviewship by the Parisian Commercial Court. A Hong Kong-based asset management firm, AAA Investments, have shown potential suitors after offering 40. What? They offered 45,000 euros only to buy it. Is that what it's worth? The company had 24 employees, and in 2023 it posted just 11 million euros in revenue. Whoa, they had problems in it. 45,000 euros. 45,000 euros only will cost to buy White Project. Martins was White Project's creative director since 2013 until his departure in September 2024. Under Martins' leadership, the brand won critical acclaim, awarded the Andam Grand Prize in 2017, and even became one of the final brands of the 2016 LVMH Prize for Young Designers. Martins has been involved with White Project since it launched in 2010, working as Sarity's first assistant. I didn't know that. Wow, I didn't know that. So Glenn Martins has been at the brand since the beginning. No wonder it felt like he actually was the brand. I always felt he was the founder. Jesus Christ. After Sarity's untimely death in 2013, he took over as a creative director. Under Martins, the Belgian designer re-envisioned a brand that became known for its trompe-l'oeil styling and exaggerated silhouettes, including thigh-high scrunch boots and collaborations and more. The company said on another statement, expressing gratitude for the partners and supporters. White Project and team thank everybody that supporters for the unwavering dedication to the brand throughout the years. Special thanks to Glenn, Pascal, Conte, Jordo, and the late Giles Elof for giving their team the space to create and grow. I'm wondering though, if you're White Project and you're so intrinsically tied to someone like a Glenn Martins, surely you have to do whatever it takes to keep him. You can't let that guy go. You have to give him whatever money he wants. However much money that guy wants, you have to give him it. You have to back up the Brinks truck when Glenn Martins threatens to leave or wants to hand his resignation. Surely you can't let that guy go, man, because everything they're giving for the brand. Because look what happened. They were hanging on by a thread anyway. Glenn Martins keeps the head above water, and as soon as he leaves, they fucking sink. They fucking drown. Several of the brand's archive looks will be donated to the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York City. Antwerp's MoMu Fashion Museum and the Palais Galleria and the Fashion Museum of Paris and the French capital's Musée des Arts Décoratifs in honor of the co-founder Gilles Ellerhoff. Y Project and the latest brand to fall victim to the current southern luxury climate. Wow, man. RIP Y Project, bro. RIP Y Project. I, for one, am shocked. Maybe I wasn't paying that much of attention. I should have probably known, but considering the critical acclaim that they get, considering how hot they are on the East streets, I would have thought that they were doing fairly well, considering how well attended, how amazing their shows were, styling, everything about it. There's not one show of Y Project I watched where I didn't find many things I would have liked to worn. You see a bunch of people wearing them in street style pictures and shit. I would have thought they were doing fairly well, but I guess they weren't. You don't close down unless you're not doing well. You don't close down unless you're not doing well. So RIP Glenn, I'm sorry, not RIP Glenn Murray's, RIP Y Project. Glenn Mars is still doing pretty well at Diesel. Unfortunately, they are ceased to exist. It continues. We got this courtesy of Hypebeast regarding Slawn. Big up Olu Slawn. He's got a pair of Nike Air Max 90s coming out collaboration, which I think is very timely because I think I was talking to my little brother about this the other day. I'm kind of on an Air Max 90 tip again. Air Max 90s were probably the only Air Maxes when I was growing up that I could have afforded, kinda. Because the era that I was coming up, the trainers that were in kind of that were kind of hyped around the kids Air Max wise were the 95s, the 98s, the TLs, the TNs, and they were all like 130, 140 plus. At least with 90s back in the day, you could find them for 110, sometimes £90. Air Max 90, you could find them. So Air Max 90s were always the most affordable ones that you could get. So they always have a tie. I used to have an affinity to Air Max 90s, and actually, if I remember, I think my friend Brian's Air Max 90s might have been the first Air Max 90s I ever had. My friend Brian, who always had all the best stuff, he always got all the fucking cool shit. We sometimes borrow shoes and swap shoes, and he gave me his old pair of Air Max 90s. He had a pair of all black Air Max 90s with a silver swoosh, and then he gave them to me to wear, and I basically kept them and fucking, ruined them. But I remember when I was first wearing them, I cut off the swoosh and I replaced it with a camo swoosh. So it had like a silver swoosh, and I just replaced one side with camo. I used to wear them to school all the time. They were completely black. So, when I see these, it makes me think of those shoes I wore back in the day when I used to go to fucking Royal Docks Community School. Big up Royal Docks. But this is courtesy of Hypebeast. They come in this speckled colorway, which I really like. It's all black. So it's classic MX90 in all black. Along the mudguard at the top, you've got what I think are illustrations. I think here there's an embossed illustration. I think here, if you look closely, I think there's some gollywog, iconography that he does somewhere in there, and then it's covered in splatter, which I think is really cool, because most people have that. What's that shoe? I think it's by Gallery Department. Is it Gallery Department or whatever? I think Gallery Department is the one that popularized the paint splatters. But considering he's an artist, considering he's always in the studio and shit, having your shoe covered in paint splatters like this is pretty cool. Especially it being an MX90, it kind of shows what he's about. Instead of kind of getting an army train or whatever, you're actually doing this paint splatter shoe design on a shoe you actually wear. There's way more congruence to that, and it actually looks pretty cool. And the swoosh also has this like painted, shaky painted sort of effect that kind of reminds me of something that you see from Margiela. And on the back of the heel, you've also got, I think that's the gollywog smile thing at the back here. Instead of the MX logo, you got the gollywog sort of like smile thing he's got, which might be some of his branding. And you've also got this nice touch, a couple of silver eyelets here at the top, which I'm not too sure what that's about, what that's tying in there, but I quite like that as a design little thing. And then on the side, that clear little section where it says Air Max is now clear. It's not in a color, which is quite cool. And you've also got a white air bubble here that you can see through. But yeah, I like it, man. I really like the design. All leather, great gallery. Oh, so it's not lips, it's eyes actually. I thought it was lips, so it's not lips, it's eyes. So on the back, you've got these eyes logo. I think it's eyes, right? I think it's eyes. I don't think it's lips. And you've also got the swoosh in white there on the inside. I quite like these, man. I'm not gonna lie, I quite like these. And then on the white pair, there's no paint splatters because you can't. I guess that you can see them, but you can't see them. You can see them here. You can see the white paint splatters, and then it's gold eyelets there. These are really hard. I'm not gonna lie. And it's got a mesh lining on the inside. All leather upper. Is that a suede? I think that's suede, isn't it? I think that's a nubuck. Yeah, I'm mistaken. I think it's suede. Okay, no, the black pair is all black leather, and then the white pair has like a nubuck suede mudguard here running across the side. That's really fucking nice. I like that. I don't like that split though. That split on the right pair, I don't like that split. That seam split here I don't like. They should have got rid of. They should have made this all one piece and then had the split be on the other side on the instep. On the outside it looks really ugly. I prefer on the outside, or maybe that's what he wanted. as it is here. You see that seams. You see that join. That should be on the instep. It should be here. It should never be on the outside. It looks kind of ugly there, but you know, what do I know? Let's continue. Gold, little, is it rose gold or gold there in terms of eyelets? And then you've also got a kind of off-white, almost bone laces as well. But really nice design. This is really fucking cool. Big up him. Great choice of a sneaker. Something a lot of people aren't doing. You don't really see a lot of people collaborate with Air Max 90s anyway. So a very unpopular, underappreciated, unloved pair, which I think should get more love. And now he's brought them back into the likeness, which is pretty good. So there's 2 styles are going to be available: black speckle and white speckle. They're going to come out sometime in the spring, and they're going to be priced, it seems like, at $160, which I'm assuming is probably going to be the same price in the UK, probably like $130 and shit. Let's read the blurb. Nike continues to celebrate the iconic MS anti-Friday collaboration with the UK-based British designer, British-Nigerian artist Slawn. The partnership brings 2 striking new colorways to life: black speckle and white speckle. One of the standout features on these editions is a redesigned mudguard, now boasting a sleek wraparound leather stripe. Okay, so what is it usually? I swear that's how it usually is. Isn't it usually like that? Why is it different? Wraparound. Isn't that how it always is? This sophisticated update replaces the traditional medial panel, offering a more streamlined and premium aesthetic. Really? Let me check that out. Nike Air Max 90 infrared. I swear that mudguard looks the same. It doesn't look any different to me. They said they've updated it. Are they just gassing, or they're chatting shit, or is this true? Well, I don't see the update here. Where's it? Gears update. Where is it? Huh? Maybe it's a little bit. Okay, maybe. Okay, I see what they've done. Yeah, I see what they've done. Yeah, they have updated it. That is true, actually. So the mudguard on regular 90s kind of ends right towards the top, as you can see here. It ends right there, and then on this particular Air Max, they've made it wrap around. So it's all one piece, which I'm not sure if I like, actually. I'm not gonna lie. I actually prefer the traditional, the classic. I think the classic style is way better. But that mudguard does this, but he's made it wrap around the entirety. I wonder why he did that. So it's like one piece. So it all wraps around this way like that. It connects like that all the way around. That might be why they had to put the seam on the outside, because there's just too much material to cut, and it's unlikely they're going to be able to curve it all around. That's why they had to make it in 2 pieces probably. There's a front piece and a back piece. Whereas if you do it this way, you can have it the other way. You can have it with 2 pieces. Okay, fair play. That's an interesting design update. I'm not really too fond of it, but you know, congrats to him for doing it. But let's continue. Enhancing the overall design, the quarter panel. The swooshes also has a collar, are adorned with the intricate patterns of reminiscent of the stone carvings to added depth. The heel branding also been updated with the embossed logo, replacing the standard Nike Air logo. Blah 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 blah. So yeah, coming out sometime in spring. Really cool design. Personally, I prefer the black color. I think the black colorway is really hard. Did a really cool job in terms of, like, you know, very understated but also stand out with a paint splatter. You can immediately tell what shoe it is and who did it and shit, and they look really hard. I like it. Hopefully they get some clothing as well. Maybe he puts out some clothing as well, part with it as well, but I'm not too sure. But I do like these, man. I think they look really fucking hard. But I am liking the fact that there is a Air Max 90 renaissance happening. I can feel it in my bones. I'm already buying a bunch myself, and I can feel a lot of collaboration probably going to be coming out very soon in terms of Air Max 90. So big up Slawn, big up Blood Clot Slawn. Okie dokie, my friends. That has been the Agostinho's English Show, episode number 857. 857. It's been a pleasure to have your company. It's been a pleasure to have your company. If you've enjoyed the show so far and you're watching the show live, make sure you like the stream down below. If you're listening to the show after the fact on any sort of like podcast platform, make sure you leave me a 5-star review. That would be much appreciated. Links towards me and everything else can be found in the description down below. And for those of you wondering, my tune of the day today will be in favor or in celebration of PlaqueboyMax standing his ground against Philippine Lil Tjay and Fabio Foreign. I'm going to be playing Pink Dreads featuring DDG as my song of the day. I'm sure most of you already heard it already, but it's a really good song, and I think in general represents a bit of a sea change. I think DDG was one of the first streamer rapper type guys to come out. He's not that good, DDG, unfortunately, but I think we're now getting the next evolution of the next streamer come rappers who are actually good, and I think PlaqueboyMax is one of those kind of ones. He can produce, he can rap, so we actually get in this evolution. I'm interested to see how it goes, because I'm still not sure if it's gonna translate, because I feel like a lot of these streamers are really underestimating how little of their audience listens to music. Because I think if you're a fan of Kai Cenat, if you're a fan of PlaqueboyMax, if you're a fan of all of these kids coming up through stream, how much music do you really listen to? You know, they're streaming 7 hours a day. You're watching all the streams. You have your life to do. Why you listen to music? I feel like the people who watch streams probably don't listen to music. That's just my instinct. I don't know if I'm right, but I feel like the people who listen to who watch streams a lot aren't really big on music like that. But let's see how it develops. Let's see how it evolves. I really like the song Pink Dreads. Fucking banger. Haven't been able to stop playing it. It's a fucking slapper. Make sure you listen to it now as my outro tune for the day. And for those of you listening right now, peace out. And for those of you wondering, Random Show will be back later on tonight around 11 p.m. my time. So lock back in. We'll be back again with the Random Show. But for now, thank you for chilling with me. That is your Agostinho Show episode number 857. See you guys again very, very soon. Peace.